nobody. Visit forthepeople.com to learn about our firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Every business deserves a great deal. That's why, for a limited time, we're launching the Mobile Made Free event. With Comcast Business Internet, new and existing customers can get 1 year of unlimited mobile for free. Yep, you heard that right. An entire year, free. It's our best internet, powered by the next generation 10G network and with 99.9% reliability. Plus 1 line of free mobile for a year. The Mobile Made Free event is happening now.
Get started with internet and advanced security for $39 a month for 12 months with no annual contract. Plus, for a limited time only, ask how new and existing customers can get 1 year of unlimited mobile for free during the Mobile Made Free event. Call or go online today to learn more. Ends 9/21/2023. EcoBill and autopay required. New 100 megabits per second internet and Security Edge customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Mobile offer requires 100 megabits per second internet and new unlimited intro mobile service. Other restrictions apply.
Did you do it yet? Have you opened the free iHeartRadio app and listened to this station to be entered to win $5,000? Each day you come back to listen on the iHeartRadio app is another entry for $5,000 in cash. It pays to listen on the free iHeartRadio app. Download it today.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
95 accident-free Boca to Jupiter, according to FHP. Not seeing any tie-ups there. If you're on the Turnpike, it's a similar story. Just one accident reported inside Broward County. This in Deerfield Beach, Turnpike northbound, just past the Sawgrass Expressway exit. So heads up for that if you're heading into Palm Beach. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples has great prices on everything you need for back to school. Right now, a 24-pack of Crayola crayons and marble comp books are just 50 cents each. Pricing may vary in-store and online. NC26, comp books in-store only. School on, save on at Staples.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Can you tell me what day it is?
August 8th, National Pickleball Day.
Pickleball.
Pickleball tournaments, come on!
The object of the game is to be the first player or team to have at least 11 points, and you must win by 2 points.
This will be National Pickleball Day.
The name pickleball comes from the founder's dog, Pickles, who would run away with the ball when they're playing. The fastest growing sport in the nation right now, the game is pickleball.
First time in an elevator.
Penthouse.
The Penthouse. Wow, great view. I bet you can see all the way to the ocean from out here.
Penthouse, top floor, got everything I need and a lot more. High ceilings, marble floor, and my penthouse.
Hey, Mr. Greek, can I get your autograph?
Hey, Greek, what's happening, pal?
I'm 6 deep behind a 4. You can't find me.
Oh my God, it's Greek!
You're listening to The Penthouse. Here's The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
Yeah, we're back. We are back in the house, in the Penthouse on a Tuesday. Hope you guys had a good weekend and enjoyed yourself, and we're ready to kick it through another week, get you going. Back to school week for a lot of people in our area. I think Thursday is the first day. Mega Millions, man, you still got a chance to win it all tonight. What? Are you kidding me? That would be sweet. We got Smashing Pumpkin giveaway tickets at 11:45. One of my favorite groups of all time. And I get to work with two people every day that I really enjoy, and I know they feel the same way. Right. Hello, Jimmy.
Hello, and good morning.
Hello, Francis.
Hi. Hello. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
What's up?
How was everybody's weekend and a little extra? Men's and men's, good. Nice.
No, go ahead, Jimmy.
It's all right. Not bad. Can't complain. Not too much.
Not too bad.
Much better than some.
Yeah, mine sucked.
Franny sucked.
Mine sucked. Yes, a crappy weekend. Literally,
Literally.
figuratively.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You're really going that level?
I mean, it's a medical procedure. I had an endoscopy and a colonoscopy yesterday, and I have to have a colonoscopy every few years because my father passed of colon cancer at a very young age, 39. Either way, whether he was young or not, I have to. And then the endoscopy was due to some other issues. But yeah, so if you are aware, I'm sure you are, you know that there's a prep day, which is the day before to make sure you are nice and clean and clear for the doctor and the camera to go in. But the day prior, I got a stomach bug. And so I was very sick all day Saturday, very sick. And so I literally had nothing. So for 2 days, and I ended up pulling my back. And so even for the procedure, they had to give me pain medication.
Really?
And, yeah. So I did not have a good weekend.
Wow.
My weekend sucked. So
Wow.
it wasn't fun, but I had to do what I had to do. And yesterday went well. Thank goodness. I guess we'll see what happens when we come back, when, they get the results back. Because they do like, do like a little biopsy. And if you have any polyps, they have to do stuff like that. So that takes a few weeks. But
Well, hopefully everything's okay.
yeah. But you got to do what you got to do. Listen, there's certain ages where you have to go and get them done. Of course, if it's medical history, if it's in your family, you got to get it done. So I've been hearing a lot. Normally people think colonoscopies are something to do at an older age. There's been a lot of cases with the younger generation too.
Sure. Yeah.
So
Better be safe than sorry.
absolutely.
You'd be surprised how many guys don't go.
Yeah. Have you gotten one yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
of
You
course.
should. What do they say? I mean, I think it's younger and younger. Obviously, if you have history, you got to go. But like 40 or 50 is like around the first time.
50.
50's always been the old school.
Yeah, and
but
then
it's-
every like 7 years.
But it seems like it's getting younger and younger. You're hearing, as Franny's
Yeah.
saying, more
Crazy.
younger people in their 40s are starting to do it now.
Yep.
Which again, preventative maintenance really
Yeah,
is what it
guys-
is.
Absolutely.
So, do it.
Yeah, again, is this the people I know? Guys have a hard time with this. I
They
don't know.
do, and
I
it's so
didn't-
weird.
You have to. You have no choice.
You are knocked out. It is a great nap.
Well, a lot of people are afraid they're not going to wake
Well,
up.
but it's not just guys. There was a woman because you're like in this room while you're waiting and you get the IV in you and stuff. And it's just, you have no privacy. And there was a woman who was across from me and she was getting her first one. And she was probably in her 50s. And so, but you could hear the whole conversation. She was so scared and she was so nervous. And the nurse had fantastic bedside manner with her and was calming her down. But yeah, I guess it's one of those unknown. You don't, if it's the first time having the procedure.
I had a rabbi and a priest with
Well,
me.
I remember. I think I do remember. Like you were very hesitant about getting it, and you were scared. I think it was more about going under than anything else.
Yeah, definitely going on there.
But that's the best part.
A lot of people have that though.
Yeah.
And I have white coat syndrome. Like I see anybody, a doctor, sometimes my blood pressure goes sky
Yeah,
high.
mine was like I have fantastic blood pressure, and yesterday it was like 138 or something, and she was like, "Oh, that's good." I was like, "That's good," because to me it wasn't that good.
They almost
and
didn't do
she
mine.
said, but she said it's good for this. She was like, typically we see people before the procedure who are like 200 over. She was like,
If
yeah,
you're 200, that's life threatening.
And she said that it's because of that whole, like you said, white coat syndrome. People get so nervous and they get anxious about it. So when she was like, "That's good," I was like, "That's good." I was like, "That's terrible for me." She's like, "But it's good in the position that you're in because normally I see way worse." I was like, "Oh, okay."
See, and I thought I had a bad week and I couldn't get a pedicure until yesterday.
Listen.
Oh, whoa,
Here.
hold on, stop the phone.
Yeah,
Stop the phone.
hold my beer,
What
G-man.
What happened?
I was supposed to get a pedicure Sunday.
know.
Jesus.
Problems.
I had to go yesterday.
Problems.
I mean, they called
Does that
me
make
up.
you feel better, Franny?
Actually, it does. Thank you, G. I was thinking about not coming to work today because I still was in pain, but I'm glad I did because you made me feel so much better.
I was very worried about it. I really was. So when they told me I couldn't get a pedicure on Sunday, I said, "All right, I'll come Monday." Also, I thought, the week I went to get a colonoscopy, I remember too, my bookmaker owed me a ton of cash, and I was worried I was going to crap out. And
You're like, definitely not waking up.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Definitely.
I would have called Jimmy or Johnny to get the money from me. So I remember he texted me when I got out, and I'm like, "I'm alive."
Yeah.
Baby.
Yeah. Now, if you owed them,
Oh, they would have been there.
no problem.
Oh, forget
Yeah,
it.
this is
Forget it.
cakewalk.
Wait, you can jump out of a plane.
Yeah, exactly. With no parachute.
No parachute.
I'll land just like a feather.
That's it. You're perfect. Thank you. I really appreciate it. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142. You can also email Jimmy at realradio921.com. Smashing Pumpkins tickets today. A lot going on at Penthouse. We'll get to everything. Some interesting facts about social media. We hear them a lot, but man, when it starts affecting your relationship and your job, that's not a good thing either. We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
I feel like old man yelling at clouds when I see it and I go, that's not fun. Yelling at clouds.
Old man yelling at crowds is what they call a Biden rally
Yeah.
in some states.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 2 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Get ready to win your way to our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival and $1,000.
You'll be there. T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas. September 22nd and 23rd.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
The iHeartRadio Music Festival.
The Hartford Small Business Insurance knows that opening a small business is a great achievement. Thanks to all the owners for all they do to keep our communities vibrant and strong. Learn more about the Hartford Small Business Insurance and why over 1 million small business owners trust them. Visit thehartford.com/smallbusiness.
Hey, it's the Greek. It's been hotter than ever this summer, and the heat wave continues. Do you think your AC is ready for another round of record-breaking heat? ACs are working overtime to keep your homes cool. Be proactive and keep your AC running this summer. There's only one thing you do. Call Filter by HVAC Solutions. Have them on speed dial. 855-4FL-HVAC. That's 855-4FL-HVAC. Make sure you have these guys in your phone. Go to their website, too, filterbyhvacsolutions.com, and see great reviews that this company has had. They are the best to keep you cool this hot summer, and it's not going to slow down. So make sure you call them with any AC problems. 855-4FL-HVAC. Call them today if your AC goes down, because if it's hot and you don't have AC, it's like being in Vegas and being broke. Peace.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In office, West Palm Beach.
Every business deserves a great deal. That's why, for a limited time, we're launching the Mobile Made Free event. With Comcast Business Internet, new and existing customers can get 1 year of unlimited mobile for free. Yep, you heard that right. An entire year. Free. It's our best internet, powered by the next generation 10G network and with 99.9% reliability, plus 1 line of free mobile for a year. The Mobile Made Free event is happening now.
Get started with internet and advanced security for $39 a month for 12 months with no annual contract. Plus, for a limited time only, ask how new and existing customers can get 1 year of unlimited mobile for free during the Mobile Made Free event. Call or go online today to learn more. Ends 9/21/2023. EcoBill and autopay required. New 100 megabits per second internet and Security Edge customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Mobile offer requires 100 megabits per second internet and new unlimited intro-mobile service. Other restrictions apply.
Ron had a tax problem he just couldn't handle on his own.
I owed the IRS taxes for over 5 years, but I didn't have any money to pay the taxes.
Those years cost him dearly.
Most of it was fees and interest. It was horrible.
Ron finally called in the pros.
I called Optima Tax Relief, and boy, am I happy I did.
The leading tax resolution firm, Optima, is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau. They've resolved over $1 billion for their clients. Ron was overjoyed.
They settled my account with the IRS. I was ecstatic. They are a lifesaver. They are. I am so happy.
Take Ron's advice and call Optima now for a free consultation.
Yeah, don't do like I did and wait. Call Optima Tax Relief. Do it now. You'll be ecstatic like me.
Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hey, it's the Greek for Tito's Handmade Vodka. Tito's has been producing a great product for 25 years. It's summertime, so what do you got? You got barbecues and you got cookouts. Put Tito's on your menu. Tito's and lemonade. Tito's and cranberry. And if you got a tough day at the office, how about coming home, kicking back, enjoying Florida with a Tito's Espresso Martini? And if you're at the track, don't forget, stop by Tito's Royal Bar for great seafood and a Tito's Bloody Mary. Tito's Vodka makes a good time a great time. Peace.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who pay attention to every little detail. The ones who fuss, tinker, and sweat the small stuff. Because you know the tiniest thing can make the biggest difference when it comes to keeping business moving. We get it. We're the same way. offering access to product experts to help you quickly and easily find what you need. So whatever your industry, you know you're always getting professional-grade products. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
There are more identity threats than you realize. Even if you monitor your credit, only a little personal info needs to leak out, like your social security number or password, for you to become a victim. LifeLock alerts you to threats you could miss. If your identity is stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions, but everyone can save up to 25% off their first year with promo code NEWS. Go to LifeLock.com.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go, shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Diamonds Direct is making it easier than ever to design your dream ring at your dream payment. Announcing all new aggressive financing options up to 60 months. These new creative plans allow you to pick your payment so you don't have to compromise on that engagement ring. We know that just like that ideal engagement ring, one size doesn't fit all. You want choices, alternatives, options, and as always, we want to empower you every step of the way. Diamonds Direct's multitude of finance options now allow you to spread your payments up to 5 years. Pay nothing down or pay a lot down. You decide. Get a $400 a month payment or a $200 a month payment. It's your choice. So you can get the most beautiful engagement ring and have money left over for other fun things like a tropical honeymoon or decorating the house. And by the way, it's not just for engagement rings. You can use these flexible financing options for wedding bands, designer jewelry, gifts for any occasions. At Diamonds Direct, we're always finding ways to help you make your money go farther. Your love, our passion. Get directions, showroom hours, and more at diamondsdirect.com.
Only iHeartRadio gives you access to all of your favorite radio stations.
The Rod Ryan Show. It's the Woody Show.
It's Elliot in the morning.
All of the once-in-a-lifetime events.
iHeartRadio Music Festival, yeah!
All of the best free curated playlists.
The best bands.
All of the great podcasts for every interest.
The stuff they don't want you to know.
All of the mind-blowing contests. Free iHeartRadio app now.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Tuesday, a Fat Tuesday. Hope you guys are having a good day so far and enjoying yourself. And we're going to get you through today and put a smile on your face. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good morning.
Francis is here.
Hey, what's going on?
And this is something I don't think we all, well, some people might not look at life as fun, but there is a certain age that they're saying that life is not fun anymore. Is that what we're hearing?
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's a point where you have to work. I'm just kidding. No, it was a Reddit thread that people were talking about. This is the time where life starts being fun. And life should always be fun, right? At least make time for fun. So some of these are like, meh, meh. But yeah, thousands of people answered so far, and these are some of the top responses. So the age when life stops being fun, according to Reddit. And you can add on to this if you want. But they don't really give you, like some of these people don't give you a certain age. Some do. Like one person was really awesome. Was like, listen, I'm 72 and it hasn't arrived there. I haven't arrived there yet.
Nice.
So good for you, right?
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah,
good for you. Probably has money.
Yeah, and there are a lot of optimistic people, which I appreciate. Life is awesome. Starts to suck. A spurt of greatness, years of mediocrity, deep depression. Life is awesome again. So it's just a cycle for that person. This person's really sad. It's never been fun to begin with. Is one of these people's things on there.
Nice. Some people feel that way.
I know, but that's a shame.
It is, but what are you going to do? I mean, that's their problem. You got to worry about you.
Yep, and this person also, they're like, listen, tomorrow years old, I suppose, 59 and loving every minute of it.
That's great.
Yep. This person, they said mid-30s. Most of your friends are married with kids. You never really see them anymore. Your life is just work and maybe take a couple weeks off for vacation, waiting to die.
Wow. 30s?
That's a bit strong.
Right? Mid-30s is so young.
Yeah.
I know. That is so, see, like I said, this is depressing. Somebody else, mostly all fun, never stopped for long. And then somebody else goes, it was fun. Where's this fun you speak of? Yeah, that sucks. Dude, I'm 29 and life just started being fun like last year when I met my wife.
Of course.
But then he also has a laughing face. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I saw that one. I said,
Yeah, I don't know if that's, a good thing because he's put a laughing emoji with that.
You got to wonder how serious some of these are.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
if you're really asking the question seriously, you know, and you want an answer as to what age
Yes.
does it stop being fun.
And I do like this answer. This is the secret. Minimizing adult BS and keeping the childlike joy of the little things.
Peter Pan.
There you go. Yep. They said, I think it was less fun when I was a kid, honestly. All right. So now they're having fun as an adult more so than when they were a kid.
Well, I could see that because some kids talk about, growing up and it was hard on them and school wasn't great and, they weren't popular. And, maybe when they became an adult, they became more into their own and enjoyed it more.
Yeah, like this person even says, they kind of broke it down. They're like, sometime when I was a teen, it was not fun for them. But then it started being fun again around 27 to 28 years old.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, because sometimes,
everybody's different.
Everybody's different. Sometimes school is not a great experience for everybody. Here we go. They said, when I got my first bill in my name, that's when it started sucking.
Oh, nobody's going to pay this?
How about that?
This is weird. This isn't for me.
Yeah.
Maybe being a kid isn't so bad.
That's right.
Right? They said, and this one is a good way. They said, even when life sucks, it's still better than the alternative. 50 years old right here.
This is true.
Yeah.
Yep.
You hear that every day.
Yep. We have life doesn't stop being fun. We stop being fun because we don't change with the times. Mm-hmm. That's according to one person.
Okay.
And they said life can be fun at any age. It all depends on the person. So we really don't have any solid ages. It's just when. And I like that there's more optimism than there is negativity that's going on here when the age that life stopped being fun. Now, if you have a certain age, you're like, I know the exact date and time when life started being fun. You can let us know. 47142. That's the text line. You just have to start off with Real Radio.
Even the ones that are sort of negative, if you want to say, even some of those just seemed like they were more joking.
Tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you're married and you say that, I think your spouse would get offended. Like, what do you mean it's not fun? I'm not fun, or we don't have fun together.
Right.
So, I think, most people would have to say.
I think the fun changes too.
Sure.
I mean, what was fun
different
when you were in your 20s isn't the same as your 30s or 40s or 50s, and so et cetera. So I think it depends on how you want to look at it. I think your overall general attitude, has a lot to do with it too, with whether or not you do.
Yeah. But there are some people like this one woman, 22. She said, pandemic dumped me into a dead-end job right out of college and negative people in my life. So she can pinpoint when that, and hopefully things will go uphill for her.
Well, that matters a lot. The people that are in your life that you surround yourself with, people you're with, dating or married or living, whatever it is, that can mean something if it's a good or bad relationship.
Job in that particular case.
Sure.
If you're
bad
at a job
boss.
that you don't like, so, it doesn't seem like it's very fun, know, when you're living with that every day.
No, what do they say? Sunday nights, if you have a little anxiety or, you're not happy about Monday, and it's a time to try to switch your job.
Yeah.
We've been very fortunate in that situation, but there are a lot of people that just like, man, this sucks. Or, a bad boss could cause a lot of people to have a lot of not being happy. I think relationships, that is a huge thing for a lot of people. When somebody's not doing good.
And that's the thing, like, you can have a bad year. I think we've all had, like, there's some years I was like, man, that year sucked. Like, you can have some bad years. Does not mean the rest of your life has to be like that.
Yeah, if it's a decade, then you got some problems.
Yes.
Decade.
You got to work on yourself.
Half century. For some. Allegedly.
I love this. This person goes, 8. They're like, kids are a-holes. That's what they put. It was 8 years old. But it'll get better after that, after you get away from those a-hole kids.
School, though, you would be surprised that a lot of people, when they're adults, if they had a hard time in high school or junior high, don't remember it. Don't remember it. I mean, they just will. Even like people with step-parents that they didn't get along with, or fathers. And again, I'm talking about the circle that I hang out and people who talk about it. I am surprised about that. And you also realize, for myself, how fortunate I am. My one buddy was talking over the weekend, his stepfather and him just didn't get along for years. This other guy was talking about a situation with his boss that he just, like 7 years, his boss and him just constantly had conflict. So that could, put a damper in your life. If you have an age or something that you think on this subject, call us, 877-927-6969. You could also email us at jimmy@realradio921.com or text us, first put in Real Radio, then 47142. We're going to come back with This Day in History, a trifecta. And then we got people working still at home. Is that going to be the norm or is it going to change? We'll find out all about that and more in the Penthouse on a Fat Tuesday. We'll be back. Peace.
What's a Real Radio podcast? It's Real Radio on demand. Find your favorite show at realradio921.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's a very hot day on this Tuesday. Excessive heat warnings in effect for the area. It's going to feel up to 115 degrees throughout the day today, so be sure to stay hydrated. Actual temperatures in the mid-90s. A few isolated thunderstorms could move across the area. Otherwise, we stay partly cloudy to mostly sunny throughout the day.
This report is sponsored by Irish Spring. The fresh scent of Irish Spring and the sensational Irish Spring suds are just the reset you need to own the day. Irish Spring. When the spring hits you, you're ready. Pick up Irish Spring at your local retailer today.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who pay attention to every little detail. The ones who fuss, tinker, and sweat the small stuff. Because you know the tiniest thing can make the biggest difference when it comes to keeping business moving. We get it. We're the same way. Offering access to product experts to help you quickly and easily find what you need. So whatever your industry, you know you're always getting professional-grade products. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go: shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms: irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's of Palm Beach. Monroe's of Palm Beach Summer Series continues this Saturday night, August 12th. The energy will be pumped in with DJ Booza performing live at Monroe's of Palm Beach with the beautiful ladies. They're there 7 days a week, open to 5 a.m. with a 5-star menu. It's summertime and it's hot, but guess where it's the hottest in South Florida? Monroe's of Palm Beach, where the beautiful ladies are always there. 7 days a week. Get over there today. Peace.
What's holding you back from learning the language you've always wanted to know?
Too hard.
Takes too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's lessons take just 15 minutes a day.
15 minutes isn't long.
Nope. And they're fun.
Fun isn't hard.
Right. Babbel's interactive lessons, podcasts, games, and more make it fun and engaging, so you don't realize you're learning a language, but you are. And Babbel's lessons are built around real life. You can choose from topics like travel, business, relationships, and more. You'll learn what matters most to you. Plus, Babbel's lessons are designed to get you speaking right away. In 3 weeks, you're able to start having conversations.
Just 3 weeks? Even better.
Since Babbel's lessons are designed by language experts and voiced by real native speakers, you'll get the accents just right and be able to carry on conversations with confidence.
Learning a language with Babbel doesn't take long.
And with Babbel, it isn't hard.
It's perfect.
And now, try Babbel free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Have you ever heard of the 5 Ps? That's right, the 5 Ps. These can be applied to most every area of your life, but it's especially true for you and your money. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and many years ago when I was a young man in the Marine Corps, I learned about the 5 Ps. Proper planning prevents poor performance. Now, you can't control what's happening with the stock market, but you can control how you plan for it. Trajan Wealth and our fiduciary advisors have been helping our clients with the 5 Ps for years. We have hearts of teachers and will never complicate by using financial jargon. Our fee structure is transparent. The more you make, the more we make. The majority of our clients come from other financial advisors. Isn't it time for a second opinion to allow Trajan Wealth to help you with the 5 Ps too? Call Trajan today at 561-390-1000 or visit TrajanWealth.com.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Hi, my name is Dan Packard. I was on my way to work, and the gentleman behind me hit me. We called Morgan & Morgan. From that moment on, everything else Morgan & Morgan took care of. Morgan & Morgan did it all with literally one phone call.
Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. And after 35 years,
We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey, it's the Greek. When you come home and your AC's not working, it's not a great feeling. So what do? You pick up the phone, you got to call somebody who's reliable and will show up and do the job. And I have the place for you. Filter by HVAC Solutions. They'll handle all your AC needs. They'll give you a tune-up, they'll install ACs, repair them, and 24 hours they'll get to you. Filter by HVAC Solutions. Cares about their customers and wants to keep them cool this summer with a 24-hour emergency response. Call today, 855-4FL-HVAC. Stay cool. Call these guys.
This week at Macy's, it's the perfect time to save on everything they need for back to school. Like 30% off classic jeans and more from Levi's. And save 15 to 50% off updates for Every Space Now during our big home sale. And save 35 to 70% off select fine jewelry. Plus, Macy's Star Rewards members can earn rewards even faster during Star Money bonus days. See Macy's.com/Star Rewards. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
Staples has big savings on everything you need for back to school or stocking up the office. Save on all your school essentials from notebooks to markers. Save on everything you need for travel, like luggage, portable tech, and travel-size personal items. Plus, save on signs, banners, and posters from Staples print and marketing services. And now at Staples, you can save even more with 50% back in rewards on your print order. Get everything for the office and the classroom for less at Staples. Ends 8/12. Rewards members only. Rewards redeemable in-store only. See associate for details.
We'll have the story of President Theodore Roosevelt, plus the story of the two men who ended red traffic light camera violations. Be sure to listen to this week's edition of Our American Stories on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
95 accident-free Boca to Jupiter, according to FHP. Not seeing any tie-ups there. If you're on the Turnpike, it's a similar story. Just one accident reported inside Broward County. This in Deerfield Beach, Turnpike northbound, just past the Sawgrass Expressway exit. So heads up for that if you're heading into Palm Beach. I'm Joel Mount.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's BOGO $1 deal. Wendy's BOGO $1 deal is back at participating Wendy's. Buy a Dave single, spicy chicken sandwich, 10-piece nugs, or medium frosty, and get another for $1. Double your deliciousness. Hurry, this BOGO deal won't last.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
Now at AXS.com.
Real Radio 92.1. We are an iHeart radio station. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
You're back in the Penthouse on a Tuesday. It is a fat Tuesday. That means a good Tuesday. We always appreciate you guys tuning in to Real Radio. Before you know it, will be football season. And don't forget, we are the home of the Gators. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good morning.
And Francis is here. She's saying hi. We're going to do This Day in History and a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Greek Trifecta.
All right, the Dolphins have a new thing this year at practice. If you are the player of the day, on the next day you get to wear an orange jersey, and also you get to play your music. Your playlist plays during the practice. So this is something new they tried for training camp. Players seem to really enjoy it, and they get acknowledgement because they're the only one with an orange jersey, and then their music plays during the practice. It's a pretty cool thing. People are talking about it, and it seems like the players do like it, and you're going to get all different kinds of music depending on what somebody likes, but everybody's got a playlist. And if you're the player of the day, you get an orange jersey the next day, and you get to bring your songs. Marlins lost to the Reds yesterday on the road. They are 1-13 in their last 14 games on the road. They got beat 5-2. I've always said to you, if your team sucks, bet against them. The Marlins are right now in a bad slump. They are definitely not swimming upstream. Jake Paul over the weekend beat Diaz, big favorite, but he won again. We'll see what happens in the future, who he fights next, but a lot of people will check this fight out, and a lot of people paid for pay-per-view, and I'm sure he made a ton of money. And Messi had another big game as Miami won again. So far, Messi scored 2 goals and done in each game and done very, very good. And it's been a win-win for everybody, for the franchise, the league, and for Messi. And that is your first trifecta of the day. Now over to Jimmy for This Day in History.
On this day
Let's go back 237 years. 1786 is that year. U.S. Congress chooses the dollar as the monetary unit of the United States in this year, 1786, and it was first minted by the United States Mint in 1792. Initially, as a local version of the Spanish dollar, which was very popular by the Americas up until the 19th century. 147 years ago today, in 1876, Thomas Edison received the patent for his mimeograph. 78 years ago today, 1945, the United States, the Soviet Union, United Kingdom, and France signed a London Agreement which authorized Nuremberg trials in which former Nazi leaders were indicted and tried as war criminals by the International Military Tribunal. 54 years ago today, in 1969, this is the day they took the infamous picture of Abbey Road.
Oh, wow.
For the cover of Abbey Road.
Yeah.
That was done today. 49 years ago today, 1974, Richard Nixon, our president at the time, announced that he would resign following the damaging revelations in the Watergate scandal. 43 years ago today, 1980, the Olivia Newton-John movie Xanadu was released. It was her first movie since Grease.
I love that movie.
That was
I don't think I've ever seen that movie.
Never saw Xanadu?
And I love
No?
Olivia Newton-John, yeah.
35 years ago today, 1988, NWA released their debut album, Straight Outta Compton. Also 35 years ago today, it's the night the lights went on in Chicago. That's right, the Chicago Cubs host their very first night game in history at Wrigley Field on this day.
That's amazing.
31 years, yeah, it was, because that's, 88? 1980. It wasn't until 1988 that they played night games.
They fought that for years.
Wrigley, yeah. 31 years ago today, in 1992, Metallica lead singer James Hetfield was badly burned by a pyro explosion at a Montreal concert. At that same show, some other damage happened too. Axl Rose claimed that he lost his voice, with Guns N' Roses. I guess they opened for him. Fans rioted so much because he's like canceled. We cut the show short. And they rioted. They caused about $300,000 in damage at the venue. Also 31 years ago today, 1992, the U.S. men's basketball dream team, Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley, Magic Johnson, and Larry Bird, won the gold medal at the Barcelona Summer Olympics.
Unbelievable.
How about that for a team, huh?
Oh, they had everybody.
17 years ago today, did either of you know this? In 2006, Sylvester Stallone and former heavyweight boxing contender Chuck Wepner settled a lawsuit out of court for an undisclosed sum.
Yeah.
Wepner claims that he was the inspiration for the Rocky movies.
Yeah, and he won.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
He sued him for years, Chuck Webber.
Yeah. And finally, 14 years ago today, in 2009, Sonia Sotomayor is sworn in as an Associate Justice of the United States Supreme Court. And that's what happened on August 8th in our history.
Thank you, Jimmy. We do it once a show to reflect on the day we're actually in. And maybe it's a good memory or a bad one, but, it might jar your memory a little. The Beatles thing, that was pretty cool, Abbey Road. And then they had that little, there was a Volkswagen in the back of the corner, I believe, and it said if 28 or something like that. There was a rumor that Paul McCartney was dead, and that got big speculation going around that all the time. And
there's a couple of conspiracy theories that came out of that, in there.
Yep, and just, wow, that was man, when you think about it. How many people have actually taken their picture there? Over years.
Yeah, became such an icon.
Yeah.
And it's just a couple guys walking across a crosswalk, right?
Yeah,
it kind of seems so very obscure, but it becomes such an icon.
And so many people try to redo that photo. You see it all the time.
I'm sure millions and millions of people have taken that, and like 4 people or whatever it is.
Yeah. And it's not even it's just like culture, pop culture. It's just, the way it's had such an impact is really incredible if you think about it over an album cover.
Yeah, and I think Paul McCartney also was barefooted, and that was something too, and just speculation.
There's all kinds of conspiracies that come out of it. There'd be a good, almost like a fun fact thing, like all the different conspiracies that came out of that album cover.
That was unbelievable. But like you said, it's just a street. It could be like any street here.
Nothing more than
West Palm.
4 guys walking across the crosswalk.
That's it.
That's all it was.
And imagine the money that's made to that area and everything that people have come in there. Well, obviously you can see the Abbey Road Studios and everything like that. But I could only imagine how many times traffic was stopped and people oh God, we got to take our picture. Hold up. One of the things that is changing little by little since the pandemic is people are going back to work. 28% of people are still working at home, which I'm surprised. I think that's a high number. Saw that in CNBC yesterday. But more and more employers want their employees to be back in work. And I guess they're showing more and more that even though in the beginning, I think data showed that the same amount of work was getting done or more, now that seems to be changing more.
Yeah.
Where people are saying, hey, get back to work.
Even Zoom is making their staff members return back to work.
Yeah, that was the thing that I saw about
Yes.
this, too, that the trend of companies bringing remote workers even hit Zoom because they're making their staff come back to work. Zoom says it's now enforcing a structured hybrid approach where employees that live near an office or near their office need to go back for 2 days a week at least, because they say that it's most effective for them to be in the office, right?
And that's still generous.
And this was clearly important because it would be better for business as an example of how working remotely over Zoom is just as effective. So even they're saying, okay, everybody, you got to come back to work.
no more Zoom meetings.
And only 2 days. Which is, that's still,
only 2 days
nice. Yeah, it'd still be nice. I mean, you could have people say like, no, sorry, you got to come back every day. I think that's still generous. And I think a lot of times too, people hurt themselves with stuff on social media, like they would show like they were dressed for a meeting, and then 2 seconds later they were back in their pool or playing golf. Yeah. Backgrounds where it showed different things.
I'm curious out of that 29% number, and I doubt that it was in the stats that you read there, but what I'd be curious if that's 29% of like people that already work in an office or just in general work, because I mean, obviously a truck driver or people that work at, grocery stores,
they
let's
don't
say. Count. I mean, did that include them or did it just include office people?
Just office people.
It's hard to,
I don't know. I wouldn't count. I don't think Jimmy would count a truck driver because he's never in the office anyway. Yeah. It was on CNBC yesterday. It was the employment record and the numbers for the month, and they said 29% of people are still working at home.
Because with that, with that in mind, if you're looking at it from that standpoint, that number does seem quite high. I mean, that's just under a third of people that are still working remotely out of anybody that would work in an office.
Yeah, it was. I'm 90% sure it was people just working out of office, not anybody else. And I still think if you're able to do it, it is a benefit. I'm sorry, it is. You don't. First of all, you don't spend anything on transportation, which is big. You know about that. I know about that. We all do. It's a lot on gas. Mm-hmm. You don't have to worry about food. You can get stuff eat at home. Then every day bring lunch or whatever. Your appearance, you could just be in a T-shirt. You don't have to worry about, there are some benefits to it.
And under some circumstances, I mean, I wouldn't classify all of them that way. Because if you have to be monitored or something, I'm sure that some of those employees do have to be dressed or, be, a function, like they have cameras on them to make sure that they are working and doing. So I don't think that applies for all of them, but there is a lot more leniency, you would think, right? That's the perception that we have. But you know what? I've never worked from home. I don't know.
I just think there's a lot of advantages. Just not having to commute every day and deal with the traffic.
We're assuming that, but
just the hassle of the traffic. Even people I know people at iHeart who worked in a building in Manhattan and lived in Jersey and saved 2 hours a day. Mm-hmm. And now they have to go. Everything. Gas, everything.
You start talking, about people like that if they work in Jersey and or work in New York and live in New Jersey. I mean, the toll factor alone is unbelievable.
My one buddy, I know him for 20 years. He's been there, and he takes the train. Then he gets on a bus. There's a lot. Yeah. He would have to leave 5 a.m. Yeah. That's 5:30. He would leave to get into work at 8:30. But it's great, and then going home at the end of the day. Yeah. Quality of life too. If you just think the average person commuting, say 30, 35 minutes, it's a big difference. Yeah. It definitely is. And gas, like I said, when gas is $4, like it almost is now, that definitely is a benefit to anybody. I bet you if they said, hey, you work 8 hours in office, 10 home, I think that would change people. Something like that. If they ever did something like that, then you might see people like, oh, no.
You're getting paid those other hours?
Yeah.
If the answer is you might, well, then I would question it.
No, but I would definitely pay people because that's one of my things. I believe anything. If you're working, you should get paid. Right. I'm sorry. No matter what it is. So, if a company said to somebody, say 6 hours. 6 hours in office, 8 hours, at home. I think some people might be like, hey, pending on...
Well, no, where can I find a job that's only 14 hours?
I meant a day.
Oh. I'm like, hold on a second.
I meant a day.
Where can I find this job?
Not a week.
Well, then you get back to that debate
4
of
days.
4 days
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
with 3-day weekends,
Sure.
right? So that might actually appeal to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. It depends on the individual.
We see these surveys all the time about the 4-day work week, and is it a 4-day of 10s? Is it 8s? Is it we dropping a whole day up? I mean, all the different scenarios make a difference. So
877-927-6969. Call us if this would affect you. If you had 6 hours in office, 8 hours at home, what do you think about it? It's something that is being said. I think more and more they're going to make people work from the office.
And talking about going back into the office, this is a list from BuzzFeed that I had for a bit, but these are what they call things that are becoming obsolete when it comes to going into the workplace, outdated professional workplace rules. And these in particular are some that people wish would come back. And one of these happens. I know, G-Man, you may be one of them who enjoys the whole getting dressed up to go to work kind of thing. And that's one of those things that they say really doesn't happen anymore. It's a little bit more of a relaxed atmosphere.
Yeah.
They say that this is a thing that doesn't happen anymore. And I've seen it in not all workplaces, but sometimes you give your 2 weeks and they're like, nah, we're good.
Yeah. Get out.
Get out. And that's one of them, giving a 2-week notice before leaving a job.
Mm-hmm.
Some people were like, I do it. And I think you should.
Yeah.
And if your employer wants to be a jerk, and I've seen it happen, and be like, we're good, pack your stuff, then at least you try to do the right thing.
Yeah, I think when that happens, it sort of sends the whole leaving in a different direction.
Yeah.
When you say, I want to go, I'll give you 2 weeks. They're like, no, I'll see you. You're like, what do you mean?
They say email etiquette. They said it's very dated and weirdly formal. Dear so-and-so, or per my last email, blah, blah, blah. Sincerely, signature line. It's just time-consuming formality. Now you can message someone on Teams or Slack, and it can be casual and direct.
Yeah. That's the texting culture. It's bleeding into corporate America on emails, isn't it? Where it's like it just is abbreviated as possible.
On our work email, we have the option of sending an emoji. It's on the top.
Yeah.
You can send a thumbs up if you want, or a smiley face, or a celebration thing. We have that. These are things that are obsolete. Well, the whole no piercings things. Piercings. When I first started upscale dining 6 years ago, any facial piercings had to be either covered with a small Band-Aid, or it had to be a clear spacer, which is just something you put in there. I remember I had to wear one when I worked at Mar-a-Lago. It says when men weren't allowed to wear earrings at all. They said companies recently updated its policy to allow a few things. No studs. Men can now wear earrings too, and that's a good sign. Yeah, that and tattoos, I think, are completely different these days.
Yes.
Completely different. This one, a lot of employers are now listing the salary range on their job postings. Some of this due to changes in the law. I think asking about salary is no longer a red flag during interviews. I'm a hiring manager and have no problem when candidates ask about that, whereas some of my older colleagues think it's kind of tacky to ask about salary.
I find that bizarre. You can't apply for a job or buy a house, a car, a pair of socks. You got to know how much it is. I mean, suppose you go on 3 interviews and you come in the last day, they go, you got the job. You go, congratulations, you start Monday. What do I make? X. You're like, what do you mean?
I'm good. I don't want it anymore. This one, too, of kind of the piercing thing, facial hair. Right? They said it was considered unprofessional and was rare to see. Beards of all varieties are now a lot more common in nearly all industries.
Yep. No doubt about it. I mean, there's so many things that have changed, I would say, over the last 5 to 7 years in our culture and work and jobs, where years ago it might be like, you don't really, it's rare that you see somebody with a tie. Like now, even on newscasters, you don't see them as much anymore. You just don't. I mean, the weather guy or whatever, just their shirt with a jacket. It's not as much.
And I said things that are kind of obsolete now in the workplace, referring to your senior managers as Mr. or Mrs., whatever. It's kind of true. People all the way down to entry-level employees can and do call our top-level managers by their first name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that I think that started a generation ago when teachers stopped being called Mr. or Mrs. So-and-so.
Are
Right,
teachers even stop being called that?
It's usually a Miss and then their first name, Miss Ashley.
Yeah.
Miss. I saw that culture sort of take over with the way our daughters were raised.
Okay.
And the way I see it too with and I think that's regional too. That could depend because my granddaughters and how they reference their school teachers now, where it's Miss or Mister and then their first name.
Oh, wow.
And that kind of, I think that was the beginning to that where you don't see it. I mean, even in our industry is very informal, I think, and we've always called our bosses by their first name, and I've always, it's that one little thing, like, me growing up, it was always, Mr. Long, Mr., so-and-so, right? So I'm used to that in a respect level, but then it almost feels weird doing that nowadays.
Yeah.
And not for any bad reason. It just kind of feels odd.
And I think years ago it was more so that the person had to tell you can call me by my first name.
Right.
Like, hey, Mr. Johnson, hey, you can call me Bill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Right.
you're like, okay, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because I don't think, I think the same as you. You didn't do that.
But it's sort of like both ways almost feels kind of awkward at times, depending on who it is, and
bosses are tricky.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's more up to them what they want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You go in and give them respect, and then if they say, hey, you know what, you can call me X or Y,
Right.
then you go from there.
Yeah.
Yep. And we're talking things that are obsolete in the workplace. And this one, too. A simple fact that most places you can't apply for a job in person.
Yeah.
I said, I remember after 9 years of being a stay-at-home mom, heading back out into the workforce, every building I walked into would give me an application. I would ask, are you hiring? They're like, yeah. Do you have an application? They're like, yeah, you got to look for it online.
Yeah, go online.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, that's weird. Something telling me things face to face. And this is very old school. Previously, there was an issue with conduct or something like that. Leadership needed to tell me something. They would come and talk to me. Now it's an email.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think that's so bad. Because the thing sometimes in print could be so much different that you're reading it or how, you know what I mean? You're seeing it. And in person, it could be something so different. You know what I mean?
Yep,
Like,
I agree.
say like you're late. Just say like, hey, Greek, you've been late all week. If you're late again, there's an issue. Or as opposed to somebody coming and say, hey, you've been late this week. Can we watch that a little? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. Even a text message, like you get a text from somebody, and how many times you heard people say, oh, you sounded mad, or
Right.
you put all caps.
Oh, yeah.
And you're not even, like me, I'm not even thinking about it. I'm usually a
He
rich mom.
accidentally hit caps lock.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to.
I really didn't. I mean, I just started, I would say probably about 2 days ago, checking my text messages. Like, oh, does that make sense?
Thank goodness. Thank goodness.
What happened? Why do you care?
I don't know. I don't know. It was the other day. I said something.
Did you have an epiphany?
No. I said something to some girl, and she came back at me.
Oh, that's why it's a piece of ass. Okay.
Yeah, and
that'll do it.
I feel change for anybody. And then finally, things here. Not swearing. In 32 years of mostly full-time employment, swearing has increased. It used to be reserved for breaks or back of the house talk, away from customers, clients. Now I hear it passing by executives, executive offices, nurses stations, dining rooms, etc.
I say
all
no.
with customers or clients present or part.
I just don't think you get in so much trouble like today if you curse. Are you kidding me? As a boss?
Do you see me staring at you? Do you see how hard this stare is right now?
I'm in a microphone.
Do you? When you're not, you're still at a workplace.
I'm not cursing at you.
You're cursing at somebody.
Yeah, myself.
And I didn't
blanket ended up.
And I didn't even say cursing at
my
somebody.
life blanket sucks.
Yeah. I'm looking at the person that I hear curse the most when the mics are off.
And I missed you so much. Yeah. Jimmy has not dumped me a lot lot over the years. I would say.
I said when the mics are off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, exactly.
Oh my
I don't care. Off or on.
I don't think that today, as a boss or anybody, you can curse in the workplace. It's just very.
So why do you?
Yeah, I'm the Greek.
So much.
Different rules.
And so
for the Greek
loud.
man.
I'm like, God, I heard that across the building. What's going on?
It's probably I was looking at my text and you didn't respond to me. And I was like, I can't believe it.
Definitely.
She's not responding.
That's definitely it.
It's been 41 seconds.
What does K mean?
Now I'm writing K means okay. Or K means cool. Peace. Oh God, yeah. I think there are a lot of things, like you said, that have changed in the workplace that before, and I think the appearance definitely. It's a lot more casual. It seems like than it once was. But again, I think they want to make things good for people, and they want to make people as comfortable as they can. And maybe before, years ago, they didn't really care.
I think it's culture. I think the culture works into the workplace. I mean, even when you look at award shows or different things like that, I mean, they all guys would wear tuxedos.
Yep.
Back in the '60s, and when you'd see Don Rickles and them guys back in the
performers.
and then nowadays it's very, very casual. They might have a jacket on at best, and that culture goes into the workplace. Swearing. I mean, you can't turn on a television show now where they're either swearing or they're bleeping the swearing out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gotten so accepted, and I'm not saying that's wrong or anything. I'm just saying it. You just hear it all the time. Those housewives and all those reality shows, beep, 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 beep. It's nothing but beeps.
Yeah, yesterday I had to do a couple Zoom things for sports handicapping with some guys. And it was, again, they were using, and I was still shocked, they were using profanity.
Right.
But, you know what I mean? And every time it happened, it caught me off guard.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I was like, wow, don't you got to dump that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's a podcast. So
Yeah,
you don't have
they
to
can
worry
do it a
about
lot.
it.
Yeah. And it's, like you said, it's crazy. I guess if it's part of what you want to do or what you want to say, that's fine. But some people do what they say, it adds to it. I don't know if it does or not. But I think some people like it and some people get turned off by it. It is the Penthouse on a Tuesday. Let us know anything that you think has changed in the workplace that's good or bad. But something that doesn't change here and in this great state of ours are Florida stories. Franny, what do we have?
Well, you can take a lot of things from this guy's office, but do not take his damn coconut cream pie.
But he's going to swear.
All right, you probably will.
Probably not dressed very well either.
And then a guy breaks into a church for a pretty holy reason. And then a bunch of volunteer divers found a crazy, this story is nuts, but they think that what they found could possibly be linked to a missing persons cold case. So we'll see what happens with that. And then a rented Lamborghini, didn't come back the way it was supposed to.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Uh-oh is right. I'll get you all the details when we come back on Real Radio 92.1.
You can now watch your favorite radio show. Go to realradio921.com/watch so you can watch us make radio.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's a very hot day on this Tuesday. Excessive heat warnings in effect for the area. It's going to feel up to 115 degrees throughout the day today, so be sure to stay hydrated. Actual temperatures in the mid-90s. A few isolated thunderstorms could move across the area. Otherwise, we stay partly cloudy to mostly sunny throughout the day.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
We'll have the next installment of our series about us. This time we'll cover the language and beauty of the Declaration of Independence. Be sure to listen to this week's edition of Our American Stories on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
We're Storm Smart. Here in Florida, that's a name people trust. And while storms may come and go, one thing's for sure. Storm Smart's here to stay. Smart is protecting our community today and tomorrow. Storm Smart.
Bachelor Happy Hour, the one and only official Bachelor Nation podcast, is back. Go behind the scenes with your hosts, Bachelor in Paradise Season 7 newlyweds Joe Amabile and Serena Pitt, for real stories about what happens in Bachelor Mansion.
Here on Bachelor Happy Hour, we'll be putting all the guys in the hot seat. We'll have exclusive interviews. We'll be the first to talk to the men. We're going to bring the drama into the house and leave probably brokenhearted.
Listen to Bachelor Happy Hour on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world, protecting America, fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Every day, you breathe in thousands of microscopic germs, allergens, and viruses. Don't let these invisible invaders make breathing through your nose impossible. Flush them out with Navage. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril around the back of the nose and out the other nostril, helping flush out all the nasty things that make you miserable. Nearly 4 million people use Navage to breathe better, snore less, and feel healthier. People like Cindy, a verified Navage user who writes, "I've had such awful nasal congestion for the last couple years. I bought Navage and OMG, I can breathe again. I love this thing. Goodbye, Neti Pot. Hello, Navage." End quote. If you suffer from sinus congestion, allergies, or snoring, then Navage is the safe, drug-free solution you've been looking for. Navage is at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and Navage.com. Navage. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else. And we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. From your cell, dial pound 250 and say keyword great results. That's pound 250 and say great results.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/radio. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. That's right, get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but for 95% less. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/radio. That's 4hims.com/radio for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/RADIO.
That was a great dinner.
So great. Wait, where'd you park the car?
Oh, the one I just sold to Carvana.
What? When did you do that?
When you were still looking at the menu. I went on Carvana.com and all I had to do was enter the license plate or VIN, answer a few questions, and got a real offer in seconds.
They picked up the car already?
No, I parked around the corner. But they are picking it up tomorrow and paying me right on the spot.
Oh, no wonder you picked up the check.
Yeah, about that. Thought we were going halvesies.
Sell your car to Carvana. Visit Carvana.com or download the app to get a real offer in seconds.
Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor, you visit urgent care over and over again, and it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. But they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? Relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure done in the office of West Palm Beach Breathe-Free Sinus and Allergy Centers called balloon sinuplasty. Imagine the relief of not having to deal with your chronic sinus infections. Set an appointment today with Dr. Cody All at West Palm Beach Breathe-Free Sinus and Allergy Centers and find out if balloon sinuplasty is the solution for you. Call 561-459-3228. 561-459-3228. That's 561-459-3228.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Not seeing any big tie-ups as far as 95 is concerned. Right up to speed on the Belvedere Curve in West Palm. Turnpike, similar story. We're looking good there. Clematis Street shut down, 300 block. This is between Dixie and Olive, and it won't reopen until the end of September. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's BOGO $1 deal. Wendy's BOGO $1 deal is back at participating Wendy's. Buy a Dave single, spicy chicken sandwich, 10-piece nugs, or medium frosty, and get another for $1. Double your deliciousness. Hurry, this BOGO deal won't last.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you are back in the Penthouse. Thank you so much for tuning in on a Tuesday, August 18th. We so appreciate you, whether you're listening on that FM dial or, of course, the absolutely free iHeart Radio app. Good morning. This is Franny. Of course, we have Jimmy with us. Good morning to you, Jimmy.
Hello, and good morning, Miss Francis.
Hello. And we do have G-Man as well, but this is a time where we get into those crazy Florida stories.
Florida.
Did you say
Florida?
I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
So, yeah, what a crazy find. There is a diving team that took to the water in Doral, and they uncovered not just one underwater mystery, but nearly 3 dozen is what they say. There is video capturing a diver finding a vehicle in the murky waters of a lake located near the Miami International Airport.
Okay.
His name is Ken Fleming, and his buddy Doug Bishop were talking to the local news about their finds on Sunday. They said, we're here trying to solve a missing persons cold case. And the mission led these divers to Doral in efforts to detect ditched vehicles. That's when they realized that not only one of these vehicles were ditched, 32 cars were underwater. 32. Wow. They said the vehicles were dumped in this body of water during various criminal activities. Do you think it's the cocaine cowboy days? Ooh. They said when we discover when we discover a spot like this with multiple vehicles, it pretty much indicates that there was crimes. They were disposing these vehicles, hiding them from law enforcement, whatever it is. And yeah, that's pretty crazy. So they have a giant database of their own that they extract, where they go. They said this person is missing with their vehicle in the general region of South Florida. And so we have, they had like 40 people that were helping try to find the mystery of this disappearance. And so they, so far, are hoping to find this critical clues and the unsolved crime. And right now, they're hoping some of these vehicles, they'll be able to find some missing clues.
That's
but yeah, crazy find. They said statewide, the team has found like 60 submerged vehicles to date that are possibly linked to crimes. 60 and 32 just came from this find that they had over here next to the Miami International Airport.
Could it be no parking, and they just thought they put them in there?
Oh, yeah. You're like, you know what? I'm not going to park in the garage. Instead, let's go in the lake. Let's go in the lake. Yeah, but crazy stuff, huh?
I wonder if any of these cars they can find out where insurance companies paid off. You know what I mean? People said they were stolen.
Or from a chop shop.
Yeah.
Depending. See, the article doesn't say they're, I'm assuming for any, but whether or not they're, like, cars are intact. Sure. Or whether or not they're the bodies left over from a chop shop.
Well, they said that they are, from what it seems like, that they are intact. But, yeah, the next move is to get Miami-Dade County to remove all the vehicles.
Yeah.
So, and they said hopefully that's going to give them the information that they need to help solve not just one, but maybe multiple cold cases. You never know.
Get the VIN numbers and start, going from there.
Well, yeah, and if there's any bodies in there.
Well,
bodies in the trunk.
Too,
let's not think like that.
I mean, looking for cold cases. Speaking of cars, this dopey dope. I saw a terrible one in Georgia. Did you see the guy from Georgia over the weekend rented a Lamborghini and he was going 100 miles an hour, I-75, and just went right under a semi. They said it is a miracle he only suffered minor injuries. And if you see the photographs, you're like, that is a damn miracle. I mean, smushed. But yeah, this dude behind a wheel of a rented Lamborghini also was a dope. He, they said that he was in those nice Lamborghini SUVs heading north on the turnpike. Doral again. What's going on in Doral? After hitting 3 vehicles, 3 separate locations, they said the driver eventually pulled over just south of Okeechobee Road and got out of the car. Officers ordered him to the ground at gunpoint and did take him to custody. They said that they had to use an aviation unit. He just kept on going from county to county. And they said that he was driving super fast. They said that the aviation unit relayed the information to patrol unit, which attempted to pull over the vehicle, but he just kept on going. The white... there's 2 different things. A McLaren. Is a McLaren? No, McLaren's different than SUV, right? I mean, than the Lamborghini. I don't know my cars.
I believe so.
Is it the same?
A McLaren is a
It's a McLaren.
Its own, right?
Yeah.
Brand, I thought.
So this is written very poorly because it says Lamborghini and then it says a white McLaren.
Anyway, they were expensive cars.
Okay, very expensive cars. And dude was stupid, and he was going too fast and ended up getting pulled over after he hit multiple vehicles.
I always wonder that, too, when they rent these cars. Like, you see them in the cities, all over the place. You can rent them, and these people take them. Like, they must fly around with them.
Yeah.
There's got to be more accidents.
They do. They're probably just like, man, this has got so much horsepower. Let's do it.
Yep.
Take it to a track. How about that? How about take it somewhere where there's not other people driving? And then, yes, so Georgia man happened in a Florida location. A Georgia man broke into a Panama City Beach church, and he had a very unique encounter there. Derek Porter used a cinder block to smash a window at the Emerald Beach Church of God on Alf Coleman Road. So a woman who was in the church heard the sound, and she ended up fleeing because she was like, somebody's breaking in. I get it. But while inside, he did about $8,000 worth of damage to the church. He then loaded several electronics, including a television, computer, all this stuff, into his truck, along with the church's money bag. Somebody getting a one-way ticket to where. Deputies and officers in Panama City Beach Department, they went to the church and arrested Porter. They say that, of course, they found meth on him.
Of course.
Well, those items may not explain an incident that occurred while he was rummaging through the facility. He stated that he could not remember what happened during various moments inside the church. He doesn't remember stealing all the stuff, breaking in. But what he does remember is baptizing himself in the church's pool.
Yeah. He got right with God and then ripped him off.
He said he claimed something was holding his head down under the water while he was in the baptism pool.
Yeah, it was the meth.
Yes. I got to find a video because I guess he wasn't the only one who baptized himself. Body camera footage released by the sheriff's office because it was so damn hot out there shows deputies making contact with him, and their canine, their doggo, was like, man, it's hot. I'm going to get that baptism pool too. They said he beat the heat by jumping into the baptismal. So
I saw one of the body cams, and it doesn't really show much. It just shows one of the officers going up and going inside the church itself, and it's only about 28 seconds long, but there must be other footage that's available.
Yeah, they said the pupper dog was like, I get it, dude. It's hot. And he went in there to baptize himself. And then finally here, a Southwest Florida chiropractor named Kent Messer. Well, he was looking so forward into digging into some homemade coconut pie. I get it. When you got that craving and it's in the fridge and you're just like, I can't wait to get it. But when the doctor looked for the treat he left overnight in the refrigerator at work, well, it was gone. Not just that, a bunch of valuable supplies from the chiropractor's office, but I think it was really the coconut cream pie that got him. That's when he realized he'd been robbed. First it was the pie, and then he looks around and he was like, wait, I'm missing a lot of stuff.
But the pie's the most important. Don't take my pie.
Yes. He was like, he said, I had very simple goals, adding that the dessert container contained a few crumbs. I just wanted to get to the office, get my slice of pie, and get on with my day. And then, of course, he called the cops after the fact. He realized that a bunch of other stuff was stolen. He said one drawer was left open as well as a cabinet door. He soon noticed that everything else was in disarray. But I love this focus was straight to the fridge. And he didn't notice that everything else was open and things were missing.
He probably ran right into the fridge.
He said after he looked into the fridge and saw the pie, made by his wife, of course.
Oh. See, now we're hitting home here.
Then he realized that the office was burglarized. So... they said the pie pincher, if found, will be charged with burglary of an unoccupied dwelling.
And the pie pincher.
The pie pincher is what they call him. And that is your What the Florida.
Thank you, Francis. It is the Penthouse on a Tuesday. Don't forget, we'll be back at 11:45. Your chance to win tickets to Smashing Pumpkins. We'll be back.
Real radio is the news junkie.
I feel like old man yelling at clouds when I see it, and I go, that's not fun. Yelling at clouds.
An old man yelling at crowds is what they call a Biden rally
Yeah.
in some states.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 2 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Get ready to win your way to our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival and $1,000.
You'll be there. T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas. September 22nd and 23rd.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
The iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Introducing Audible's new original series, Breakthrough. The first of its kind audio-only singing competition featuring celebrity judges Kelly Rowland and Sarah Bareilles. With host Daveed Diggs. Hear who has what it takes. Listen on Audible or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's a very hot day on this Tuesday. Excessive heat warnings in effect for the area. It's going to feel up to 115 degrees throughout the day today, so be sure to stay hydrated. Actual temperatures in the mid-90s. A few isolated thunderstorms could move across the area. Otherwise, we stay partly cloudy to mostly sunny throughout the day.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
we'll have the next installment of our series about us. This time we'll cover the language and beauty of the Declaration of Independence. Be sure to listen to this week's edition of Our American Stories on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who pay attention to every little detail. The ones who fuss, tinker, and sweat the small stuff. Because you know the tiniest thing can make the biggest difference when it comes to keeping business moving. We get it. We're the same way. Offering access to product experts to help you quickly and easily find what you need. So whatever your industry, you know you're always getting professional-grade products. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who pay attention to every little detail. The ones who fuss, tinker, and sweat the small stuff. Because you know the tiniest thing can make the biggest difference when it comes to keeping business moving. We get it. We're the same way. Offering access to product experts to help you quickly and easily find what you need. So whatever your industry, you know you're always getting professional-grade products. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The all-new Nissan Ariya is a fully loaded EV. It's brimming with style and power.
Up to 389 horses of it.
Innovation and intelligence.
E-Force all-wheel drive.
It'll pin you to your seat.
Your very plush seat.
The all-new, all-electric Nissan Ariya. E-Force cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. E-Force and 389 horsepower available on Platinum Plus. Nissan calculation using 1-foot rollout testing with long-range battery and E-Force only in sport mode with E-Step off. These results are for comparison only and should not be attempted on public roads. Drive responsibly. See nissanusa.com for details.
Did you know China starts teaching financial literacy in preschool? American kids are getting left behind, but we can't help at home thanks to The Sensibles, a team of animated superheroes who help kids develop smart money habits in a fun way. Each month, they get a kit in the mail with a DVD, a comic book, access to an interactive website, fun activities, and lots more. Visit bcs-kids.com today and enter promo code CENT for 20% off. Digital subscriptions also available. The Sensibles. It's the sensible thing to do.
Morgan & Morgan. Dial pound 529 on your cell phone. Pound law. That's all.
Good Greek moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
Hey, it's the Greek. When you come home and your AC's not working, it's not a great feeling. So what do? You pick up the phone, you got to call somebody who's reliable and will show up and do the job. And I have the place for you. Filter by HVAC Solutions. They'll handle all your AC needs. They'll give you a tune-up, they'll install ACs, repair them, and 24 hours they'll get to you. Filter by HVAC Solutions. Cares about their customers and wants to keep them cool this summer with a 24-hour emergency response. Call today, 855-4FL-HVAC. Stay cool. Call these guys.
In Florida, we all know the weather can change at the drop of a hat. It's important to be the first to know so you don't get caught driving through the next thunderstorm unprepared while you're going to work, coming home from work, or even picking up the kids. I'm Fox 29 First Alert meteorologist James Whelan, making sure you're the first to know when the weather changes. Fox 29 First Alert weather at 10 p.m. We've got you covered.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Not seeing any big tie-ups as far as 95 is concerned. Right up to speed on the Belvedere Curve in West Palm. Turnpike, similar story. We're looking good there. Clematis Street shut down, 300 block. This is between Dixie and Olive, and it won't reopen until the end of September. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by Reese Windows and Doors.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Win $15,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows. Pick up your phone and text the word HAPPY right now to 20129. That's HAPPY to 20129.
Only iHeartRadio gives you access to all of your favorite radio stations.
The Rod Ryan Show.
It's
The Woody Show.
It's Elliot in the morning. All of the once-in-a-lifetime events.
iHeartRadio Music Festival, yeah!
All of the best free curated playlists.
The best bands.
All of the great podcasts for every interest.
The stuff they don't want you to know.
All of the mind-blowing. The absolutely free iHeartRadio app now.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
Well, Franny, I'm glad you're back and everything seems to be okay. But I really think we need to take this time to show our appreciation to the true bravery and courage of one man in particular. And that man is Matt Brown, Franny's husband. Could you imagine having to live with a 2 days of no food, hangry Franny? Holy smokes, I bet Matt had to stand with a bar stool and his belt as a whip in the kitchen the whole time. Back, Franny! Back! Down, Franny! Yeah!
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
AJ, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. He was lucky on Sunday because I just slept all day. But yesterday.
Oh, boy.
If you're wondering, you're like, well, what did he just do? How did AJ do that? That's our talkback feature. You just have to download the absolutely free iHeart Radio app. You're going to find Real Radio 921. You're going to see a little microphone icon. Press it and leave us a message. And just like that, we can play it on air. And you can participate so many ways right here on the Penthouse. You can text 47142, start it off with Real Radio. Of course, you can email Jimmy at realradio921.com, or you can call us on that toll-free line, 877-927-6969. And good morning. This is Franny. Of course, that's Jimmy. Hi, Jimmy.
Hello, and good morning.
And we do have Greek. Hello, good morning.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to Real Radio 92.1. Always appreciate it. Jimmy, I know you had some funny little slogans or posters.
Yeah, well, in case your day was going really well, I have some unmotivational slogans that'll make your day. Uniqueness. You know what that is?
Uniqueness?
Uniqueness. Even if you're 1 in a million, there's still 7,500 of you out there.
That's motivating.
The lottery. The odds of you dying on your way to purchase a ticket are greater than the odds of winning the jackpot.
That's terrible. Thank you.
Demotivational slogans to make your day a little worse.
Today's Mega Million Sue.
How about that? Underachievement. The tallest blade of grass is the first to be cut by the lawnmower.
That's true.
Wow. Oh, my God.
Healthy. The slowest possible rate at which you can die.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Unmotivational slogans to make your day better. Relationships. Sure, there are plenty of other fish in the sea, but you're nowhere near the sea, and you're in the desert alone.
Aw, we're near the sea. We're in Florida.
We're kind of near the sea. Maybe this writer's from Kansas.
Depends what kind of bait you're using.
Trust. A sheep spends its whole life fearing the wolves, only to be eaten by the shepherd. That's actually a pretty good one.
Oh,
man.
that's messed up, man.
That's reality for you. Here we go. These are demotivational slogans to make your day a little bit worse. Responsibility. Relax. If your job really mattered so much, wouldn't your company leave someone better to do it?
Wow.
Ouch.
That's nice.
Ouch.
Motivation. Do what you love, and you'll never have to work a day in your life because that field isn't hiring.
True. True story.
These are demotivational slogans to make your day a little worse. Today, it's the first day of the rest of your life, but so was yesterday, and look how that turned out. And finally, these are some joking demotivational slogans.
They're joking. I thought they were
Hope. Always the first step on the road to disappointment.
Nice.
I mean, it's joking, but kind of. There's facts in there, too.
Yeah.
What was the last one? On the first step to disappointment?
Hope. Always the first step on the road to disappointment.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Imagine if you walked into somebody's office or house and you saw these frames.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Like in a job interview, you're looking at it, you're like, what's going on here? Oh, my God. If you guys have any slogans that are demotivating, that are kidding, or maybe true.
A sheep spends its whole life fearing the wolves, only to be eaten by the shepherd. There you go.
How about there's a light at the end of the tunnel, but it's a train?
Yep.
I mean, that's always a good
Yeah,
one.
there you go.
That's always one that's effective. If you guys have any, call us or text us or email us. Those are pretty funny, though.
There's some jokes to get you going.
They are. If it's like a Monday and you're like, I can't get out of bed today. I'm a little sluggish. Think of these. And then you'll pop up just like a Pop-Tart. You'll be like, man, this is awesome.
It's much better. It's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday. That's right. You feel Tuesday. 11:45, we're going to have some Smashing Pumpkin tickets. Going to be a great show every day at 11:45. You can count on the Penthouse to give you a giveaway. We appreciate you guys listening to Real Radio, first of all.
Yeah, what do they got? We got a pair of tickets for Smashing Pumpkins. This is the World is a Vampire tour. That shows us Saturday, August 19th. How about that, huh? Not a school night, so you guys can have fun.
Next week, yeah.
Yeah, a week from this Saturday, right? Yeah.
We appreciate you guys always tuning in to Real Radio. You guys are the best, and to the Penthouse. Maybe not in that order, but we do appreciate you all the time. We're going to come back with a trifecta and this day in history and so much more. Peace.
Got something to say? Text us at 47142. Start your message with Real Radio. Standard data and message rates apply, and don't text while driving.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's a very hot day on this Tuesday. Excessive heat warnings in effect for the area. It's going to feel up to 115 degrees throughout the day today, so be sure to stay hydrated. Actual temperatures in the mid-90s. A few isolated thunderstorms can move across the area. Otherwise, we stay partly cloudy to mostly sunny throughout the day.
This report is sponsored by Red Pilled America.
This week on Red Pilled America, what can everyday people do to help fix America? To find the answer, we tell the story of a few brave people that may inspire you. Listen to Red Pilled America anywhere you get podcasts. That's Red Pilled America.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's of Palm Beach. Monroe's of Palm Beach Summer Series continues this Saturday night, August 12th. The energy will be pumped in with DJ Booza performing live at Monroe's of Palm Beach with the beautiful ladies. They're there 7 days a week, open to 5 a.m. with a 5-star menu. It's summertime and it's hot, but guess where it's the hottest in South Florida? Monroe's of Palm Beach, where the beautiful ladies are always there. 7 days a week. Get over there today. Peace.
In this week's Marketers Report, Chris Brandt, Chief Marketing Officer at Chipotle Mexican Grill, weighs in on the power of audio.
We've used audio to reinforce what we're showing on TV, what we're showing in other digital channels. When your priority is driving reach, everybody seems to listen to the radio.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, conversations, trusted influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Every business deserves a great deal. That's why, for a limited time, we're launching the Mobile Made Free event. With Comcast Business Internet, new and existing customers can get 1 year of unlimited mobile for free. Yep, you heard that right. An entire year, free. It's our best internet, powered by the next generation 10G network and with 99.9% reliability. Plus 1 line of free mobile for a year. The Mobile Made Free event is happening now.
Get started with internet and advanced security for $39 a month for 12 months with no annual contract. Plus, for a limited time only, ask how new and existing customers can get 1 year of unlimited mobile for free during the Mobile Made Free event. Call or go online today to learn more. Ends 9/21/2023. EcoBill and autopay required. New 100 megabits per second internet and Security Edge customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Mobile offer requires 100 megabits per second internet and new unlimited intro-mobile service. Other restrictions apply.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who pay attention to every little detail. The ones who fuss, tinker, and sweat the small stuff. Because you know the tiniest thing can make the biggest difference when it comes to keeping business moving. We get it. We're the same way. Offering access to product experts to help you quickly and easily find what you need. So whatever your industry, you know you're always getting professional-grade products. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go, shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Fall into autumn hiring with Indeed. Their all-in-one solution makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates. Sponsor a job and immediately get a short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
For more information about contests on the station, visit realradio921.com/rules.
The money's good and the bids are high. Speedy, fast, the check is on Bank of America, and it's real. Give me the VIN.com. America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. Give me the VIN.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Hey, Praise the Greek for Tito's Handmade Vodka. Tito's has been producing a great product for 25 years. It's summertime, so what do you got? You got barbecues and you got cookouts. Put Tito's on your menu. Tito's and lemonade. Tito's and cranberry. And if you got a tough day at the office, how about coming home, kicking back, enjoying Florida with a Tito's Espresso Martini? And if you're at the track, don't forget, stop by Tito's Raw Bar for great seafood and a Tito's Bloody Mary. Tito's Vodka makes a good time a great time. Peace.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach. Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
Not seeing any big tie-ups as far as 95 is concerned. Right up to speed on the Belvedere Curve in West Palm. Turnpike, similar story. We're looking good there. Clematis Street shut down, 300 block. This is between Dixie and Olive, and it won't reopen until the end of September. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by Reese Windows and Doors.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Win $15,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows. Pick up your phone and text the word HAPPY right now to 20129. That's HAPPY to 20129.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival is coming back to T-Mobile Arena.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
Hey, it's the Greek from Jimmy's Below Average Condoms, condoms for the below average guy. Now I know what you're thinking. Why would I wear a condom in this South Florida heat? Well, thanks to our new partners by we designed the first condom with a built-in air conditioner. You're gonna feel cooler than LL Cool J minus the child support payments. Feeling cool and protected? Now that's a perfect parlay. Pick up the phone and order yours now. Peace.
Not to really call you out, Franny, you just said, where can I get a job that you only work 14 hours? You only work 20 now. It's not that much difference.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Franny works a lot more than 20 hours.
Yes, I do.
Got that right.
If you're not aware, I am on 2 radio shows, one that starts at 6 in the morning, and I have a couple other jobs on the side.
Man, she does
But
a lot
thank
of
you for
prepping.
doing the math for the Penthouse, though.
She does a lot of prepping and getting ready. She does a lot. So you can't say she
I
only
do.
works 20 hours.
Yes. I'm 40 plus, but thank you for trying to call me out.
And same thing with Jimmy. It is the Penthouse on a Friday.
And thank you for sticking up for me, G-Man. I appreciate that.
I always got your back.
Yes. And you too, Jimmy.
Yeah, I mean, they call it as they say it. If I don't see it, I make it up.
Jimmy, right when he was here in the talkback, he's pointing at me like, you better say something.
20 hours.
Well, everybody can have a thought process.
Of course.
Like a lot of times people think like a hooker. They only work when they're performing. But there's a lot of stuff behind it. Getting ready, getting their eyelashes done, tan.
Oh, man, so many things.
There's a lot going on.
Hitting those Jimmy's below average condoms.
I mean, having AC in those condoms sounds like really nice for you guys.
Tell you what.
Dangerous at the same time, too.
Yeah.
It does, just in case those blades. I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Blades?
Well, yeah, the
Ooh.
fan blades.
I don't know how the
How else
first
are you
thing
going to get a
works.
fan in there?
Wow.
He doesn't even know how a regular condom works, so why are you going to try to give him one with air conditioning in it?
Let's not go crazy.
I like the concept.
What's a condom?
When we splitting atoms? Let's do a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creepy Trifecta.
All right, the Marlins are losing on the road. Not good. 1-13 in their last 14 games. I've always said if your team sucks, what do? You bet against them. So they play the Reds again today. Let's hope the Marlins can definitely pick up a victory. But right now, the second half of the season has not been kind to the Marlins. First half was excellent. They were in second place, leading in the wild card, but it's all falling apart in the second half. The Miami Dolphins have a new concept for their players. If you have a great practice, the next day you get to wear an orange jersey and you get to pick the music at practice. Players seem to enjoy it. It's very motivating. Everybody comes out. You got an orange jersey. Everybody looks at you. You're a baller, and you're bringing your own songs. And a lot of times when you're playing your own music, I'm sure these guys get jacked up. Everybody's got a playlist,
And I guess for these guys, they enjoy it. Something new the coach is doing this year.
I like that.
Yeah, it's cool. The NFL is only 30 days away. Are you hearing me? 30 days away until the Detroit Lions take on the Super Bowl champs, the Chiefs. That is a Thursday night, September 7th.
And first preseason is this Friday, right?
Yes, this Thursday. Oh, for the Dolphins.
Yeah, it's for the Dolphins. Excuse me.
Yeah, they're playing the Falcons on Friday night. Also, Jake Paul won over the weekend. He beat Diaz. We went 8 rounds, and he pretty much beat him up pretty bad. And again, he keeps winning, this kid. I don't know who he's going to fight next. They were talking to him maybe about Conor McGregor. I don't know if he would or not. That would be a very heated battle, because those two supposedly don't like each other. But this thing did good again with pay-per-view. A lot of people are watching it. It's all I heard about all day Saturday and Friday night. Where can I watch it? Where can I watch it? And people consume it, and they like him. They just do, and he has tons and tons of followers. And that is your lunchtime trifecta. So, Franny, you have a significant story about actually, and I don't know if people want to admit this.
Significant story.
Yes.
Ooh, wow, I can't wait to hear this.
Yes, this is so significant. It is thoughts, and I want to know your thoughts that you have. And these are surprising things people think about while they're doing it.
Well, there's nothing significant about that.
I bet you.
I promise you, my thoughts are not significant.
Right? Most of these aren't. It's like, what am I having for dinner tonight?
I will bet 10,000 Jimmy will know what my thoughts are while I'm having sex.
I want Jimmy, what are his thoughts while he's having sex?
Oh, boy, do I look good.
No, that wasn't it.
No?
What are they?
How much is this
What
going
is
to
this
cost?
going to cost? Oh, well, I figured you already knew it at that point.
That was a given, huh?
Because you've already paid, more than likely. Dinner, the limo.
Yeah, so during the hibbity-dibbity, a lot of people have some thoughts going through their head besides what they're actually doing. Some are even thinking about what they're doing, but a lot of them are actually thinking about doing it with somebody else.
Oh, that's hurtful.
Yeah.
Oh.
A third fantasized about having sex with someone else while they were getting it on with their partner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
So messed up.
Come on, that's bad. Man, you're having sex with somebody, you're thinking about somebody else? Come on, you can't do that.
Who does that?
Who does that?
What is wrong with you people? You wonder why society is where it is? We got to live on love.
That's it.
33%, huh? Well,
Society's doom is right there.
It is.
I thought that number was low.
I like that. We got to live on love. I like it. Yeah, so the other things, the most common thoughts people have are very unrelated, including household chores. Like, man, I really need to do that one thing around the house.
I got to cut the lawn after this.
Got the ironing.
What I said before, what they're eating for their next meal.
Wow.
Their favorite TV show or movie, or this sucks, you're thinking about work while you're doing it.
Wow,
Get
that's
out of
not
your
good.
head. Yep, what's happening at work?
Yeah, if you're having sex, well, unless you're banging somebody at work, but if you're having sex and you're thinking about you're like a reporter or something, that's not good.
I love this. A quarter of men admit to daydreaming about their favorite sports team. Like, what are you guys daydreaming about?
I can see that.
Can you?
All right, Josh Allen.
Daydreaming about your favorite sports team. Yeah, and like I said, a quarter of men, 11% of women admitted to the same. So 11% of women are down with dreaming about I bet their sports team fantasies are a bit different than y'all's sports team fantasies.
I would think, maybe.
Yep. And then they went on a little bit more, and besides talking about what else are you thinking about, they said 8 in 10 confess they've contemplated how good the sex actually is while it's happening. 8 in 10, like, let me rate this right now as it's going on.
Wow.
Yeah.
80%.
Yep.
I believe that.
And even
right?
53% have asked themselves, when will this be over?
Oh, wow.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, it's not an audit.
Over half. When will this
Apparently it is
be
for some.
over? Oh, yeah.
God.
That's pretty good, right?
That's pretty bad.
I know, but it's good because it makes me laugh. Says, in general, people seem to be pretty satisfied with their sex life, though, as only 26% of all respondents say they're unhappy with their sex lives.
Some people just
About
have
a
to get away.
quarter.
That's a quarter of people.
It's a quarter unhappy. Younger people report being more satisfied, with only 11% of those 18 to 24 saying they're unfulfilled, compared to 18% of 25 to 34-year-olds, 23% of those between 35 and 44, and then it gets a little bit up. 33% of folks 45 and older are not happy with their sex lives.
No pun intended.
No pun intended there. But a lot of that could be maybe due with the older generation, maybe due to some issues going on within themselves.
Yeah. I mean,
And there's plenty of things to get those issues fixed, whether it's a woman or a man.
Yeah. I mean, it could be also you don't have that spark you maybe had early on in a relationship. That happens a lot.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of different things. But I think the one thing that, I mean, again, it's a survey. How do you know? Like Jimmy says a lot of times, you don't know when people answer this. Are they really being truthful? what was it, 53% of people say, when is this going to be over?
Yeah, see, I think that's truthful. Like, why? Yeah, that's something. To me, that's a pretty high percentage. I mean, it's about half, but you think more people would say that?
I think that's a high number.
Yeah.
Because one of the biggest complaints on the other side from women is like it's not lasting long enough.
Right.
So if it's not lasting that long and you're still thinking that, I mean, are we there yet? It's like a ride in the country. I mean, come on. If we got to pick up some lemonade, it's pretty short. You know, I mean, you're not banging it out for 45 minutes. You're not Sting. What the hell? What are we doing here? 53%? Now, if you're out there and you're going to ask your partner, have you ever thought that? Imagine asking your partner that and they give you a straight answer. Yes.
Oh, of course.
Like, have you ever thought about we're having sex? Like, when is this over?
When is this over?
And they said,
Well, yeah, because it's
Thinking
those
about
people.
work.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the chores. I've really got
I gotta
to start
clean the pool.
vacuuming.
Oh, man. I got to clean the pool after this. I just hope it gets done quick. Wow.
Those shirts don't iron themselves.
Uh-huh.
There's a demotivational poster for you.
There you go.
Sex. The shirts don't iron themselves.
I got to clean the gutters later. Oh, my God. This is just so much stress.
Feels like it hasn't been a month yet.
877-927-6969. If any of these have gone through your mind and you want to admit it, maybe your wife or other person you're involved in is not listening, give us a call.
Your wife or your girlfriend.
Whoever.
They both say the same thing.
Yeah, if they both say the same thing, then it's not bad.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, it's not bad. I think that makes it double worse because two people are like, when is it over?
But if they both say it sucks and you're banging both of them, who's the joke on? Guy's banging two chicks. He's got to be doing something right.
So it's not the guy.
Either that or he's got money. And he's
Greek.com.
buying
Oh, money? Are you kidding me? You're going to bring up money?
Yeah,
That's
if
so
the sex
shallow.
sucks, why else are they with him?
That's shallow. Oh, my God. How could you say that? My God, I'm Cupid with the arrow. Boom, at the ATM. 877-927-6969. Smashing Pumpkins. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, if a game is on and I was having sex, I might glance up at the game.
You just are so confusing. You just went from Smashing Pumpkins to talking about a game on. Oh, boy.
He doesn't care.
I know he doesn't. No.
As Jimmy would say, it works. So who cares? 877-927-6969. That is the number to call.
You know, you're talking about Smashing Pumpkins and stealing ATMs. Here's a story for you that kind of goes hand in hand.
Interesting.
An ATM got smashed.
Oh, wow. Segue.
But employees at a safe credit union in Sacramento were greeted by a startling sight when they arrived at work one day last week. So they get there and the ATM machine that's normally there, it's gone, right? So not too far away, video released by the sheriff's office in the area shows, check this out, a dude wearing an orange safety vest and a mask drive up to a cash machine in a forklift as a second man in a white pickup truck looks on. So the forklift driver gets the ATM. He tries to lift it up and put it into the truck. It falls. All right, so it smashes there. There's your smashing reference. Picks it up again. Eventually gets it into the truck, but it didn't last very long. I guess as they drove away, it fell out, and then they just gave up. But the part that got me about this is the guy's trying to steal an ATM, but he's making sure he's got a safety vest on when he's driving the forklift.
Oh, boy.
What's wrong with that?
Right? Safety first, Jimmy.
There's your stupid story of the morning.
And they just left it, huh?
Yeah.
And they left it in the street.
Yeah.
I wonder if it opened up.
It was in the middle of the road.
Yeah, I wonder if it opened up. Those
I
say
doubt
those
it.
are very hard to open up.
Oh, yeah. It takes an act of God to get one of those things open, from what I understand.
Usually crooks are pretty smart. I'm surprised they didn't think this one out.
No. This one was not thought out. Well, they probably, they thought that they had it thought out. They had a forklift and safety vest and
the whole thing.
Yeah, the whole thing.
They probably had hard hats on, ready to go.
We've seen some of the smaller ATM machines that the guys will go in and lift up and try to steal that way, and they steal them and they can't get them open. What's the point?
You see them at some adult entertainment places, cigar bars. They're not that big. You know those.
Yeah,
ATMs.
the
about
normal
4 feet.
little guys that you see in the stores.
7-Elevens, gas stations. They're also very heavy. They're not light.
That was made that way, right? You don't want people picking them up and walking away with them.
They're like a pound cake. You just pick them up and you're like, hey, let me get out of here. All right, it is your time to do what you do best. Give us a call, 877-927-6969, if you want tickets to Smashing Pumpkins. Jimmy will get you guys ready to go. Then we'll have the contest. Today is a Tuesday. So on Tuesdays, we do Who is Most Likely To.
Okay.
So if you guys are ready, pick up the phone and call 877-927-6969. They say 72% of people said their social media has been a cause of a conflict in their current or previous relationship. You think that number's high or low, Franny?
I'm sorry. I'm trying to find some questions. What did you say?
Okay.
I think that number, what was the number?
I'm sorry.
72%?
72%?
Have said that social media has caused a problem in their current or previous relationship.
I think it's high, but I think because of how much social media is part of our lives nowadays, it's almost like part of your normal everyday.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, because there's so many different aspects to social media, and I think we're all on it so much to some extent that it's like the number seems high because you wouldn't think that social media would have that much of an impact on people.
Yeah, but it does.
But I think social media has the impact on us.
Yeah,
you
I
know,
agree.
I think that's why that number's high.
This girl a couple weeks ago was shocked I wasn't on social media. She was just like,
But
oh.
you are. You know, and that's the thing. It's
I'm
like
not
in
on
your
Facebook.
in your mind, you don't put yourself there, but you are.
But he said, because he's like,
Yeah.
I'm not on Facebook.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you look at. But you are on Instagram.
Yeah, yeah.
You're on Twitter.
But social
Or
media
X.
also affects your life and your job and what we do and everything like that. So that's when I say that, I'm referencing in that.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, it's.
Now,
and
do you spend a lot of time on Instagram and all this stuff? No, probably not. But that's not the point.
I mean, I'll check it out every once in a
Yeah.
while. I will. I'm
And
not
the
gonna say I
videos,
don't.
I think you know, because
Yeah.
you watch the reels and things like that.
Yeah, and then people I
that's not
follow-
necessarily being on social media.
Like I follow Franny every day. I see what she's up to.
Oh,
Stuff
yeah.
like that.
Yeah, oh.
You know, people like big
Nothing
stars.
creepy about that.
George Clooney.
Follow you. All right, you guys ready to play?
We got to get a couple people on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no worries.
Does it feel warm in here? Because I'm dying.
It's I mean, yeah. It's not it's a lose-lose here.
There's
is.
a motivational boost.
It is. I'm done complaining about the air conditioning or lack of it because it's either too cold or it's too hot.
I'm sweating. When I'm sweating,
There's no in
it's a
between in
little
this.
hot.
There's no in between in this place.
So pick up the phone right now. We see the phones are ringing, 877-927-6969. That is the number to call. Mega Millions today, $1.5 billion. I mean, Jimmy had a thing before. You got a better chance. So what was it, dying as you're going to play the lottery?
Yeah, you're going to go like cash in.
Yeah. So don't think of that. Just win. But play two
Yeah,
tickets.
don't think about that at all.
Yeah, they just play a couple tickets. You play any, Franny?
The last time I have not played any for this round yet, but I'm sure I will.
I played 5 this morning, and that was it. But yeah, get in there and try. Just so you have something to bitch about tomorrow on Wednesday when you start your day off. You're like, oh man, I played Mega Millions and I didn't win. I cannot believe it. Don't forget, we are going to be home at the Gators, and that'll be here before you know it. First game, I believe, is August 31st here on Real Radio. And 1017, you're going to get the Dolphins this week as they take on the Atlanta Falcons in a preseason game down at the Hard Rock Stadium. Taylor Swift, I'm still getting so many people asking for tickets, and I can't believe the concert's a year and like 3 months away.
Yeah.
It is crazy.
It's a hot ticket.
Oh, yeah. I can only imagine when it gets close how crazy it's going to be, the tickets for Taylor Swift. And the prices are going to be even crazier for her. But she's in demand. There's no doubt about it. Jimmy, are we ready?
We are ready, and we're starting today's contest with Stacy. Stacy, welcome to the Penthouse.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Stacey, how are you today?
I'm good, thanks.
You a big fan of Smashing Pumpkins?
Yes, I am.
Okay, well, hopefully you can win and get to the concert.
Stacy, let's get you these tickets to the Smashing Pumpkins. I know you know how this game goes. Since a pumpkin kind of reminds me of a jack-o'-lantern, I'm going to kind of do a little Halloween twist here. Out of the three of us, Stacy, Jimmy, Greek, or Franny, who is most likely to eat all of their Halloween candy right away?
All right, we have our answer, Stacy. Out of the three of us, Greek, Francis, or myself, Jimmy, who is most likely to eat all their Halloween candy right away?
I'm going to say the Greek.
You got it, girlfriend.
Well, it's just Greek. But we'll accept that answer, Stacy.
Why'd you pick me?
Yeah, why Greek?
He's like a bird.
Yeah.
What?
I missed you so much yesterday.
I know.
I texted you. I called you. Sent you flowers.
You didn't do any. You did text me.
I
though.
texted you.
You did text me. Stacy, why'd you pick G-Man?
He likes his sweet.
You do like your sweets. See,
Yeah.
she knows.
Yeah.
She knows.
All right, great job, Stacy. If you would hang tight for a couple of minutes, when we go to break, I'm going to get back on the line with you and get you set up with those tickets, okay?
Awesome. Thank
All
you,
right.
guys.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Nice job.
Great job. Thank you, Jimmy, for your help, as always. Smashing Pumpkins tickets every day.
Yeah.
11:45, we got to give away for you
That is
guys.
a one and done. I like it when we do it like that. And then tomorrow we have a $100 gift card to New York Prime. You know, that is not only Boca Raton's premier steakhouse, but Greek's favorite steakhouse. And you may have a G-Man sighting if you go there.
Yep. I was over the weekend.
Yep. So we're going to be doing that. And then if you're like, dang it, I really wanted those Smashing Pumpkins, we'll be back with Smashing Pumpkins on Friday.
All right. Awesome, you guys. You know how to play it every day. 11:45, we got a giveaway for you because we appreciate you guys listening to us so much. Barbie doesn't seem to be slowing down. I think they said globally now past $1 billion. Wow, that is unbelievable. And remember a couple of weeks ago, they were saying that they thought it was going to do $1 billion, and everybody's like, $1 billion.
Well, no, it was Margot Robbie who
Yeah.
was just like, before they even like were filming and she was getting casted or whatever it was, she made that comment like, this is going to happen. And she was not wrong.
That's amazing. I mean, really, $1 billion?
Barbie Mania. You can even, if you watch the movie, there's what is she? She's like the really messed up Barbie, the one that is
Rhea
the weird
Perlman?
weird Barbie. So she's played by Kate McKinnon.
Oh, okay.
And that's like the Barbie that, and I did it to my Barbies where you cut their hair and you're drawing their face and stuff like that. Yeah, so she was the weird Barbie, but they actually made now, because of the movie, Mattel did a weird Barbie that you can buy on the shelves.
Of course they did.
Yeah, when you can just create your own, like I did.
Wow, I can't believe the amount of money. you
Yeah,
made.
it's a cultural phenomenon.
It is.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you mentioned it last week. I was seeing it more and more. More countries are doing Barbie pink caskets and stuff like that.
yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah, it's
you
very
can get
popular.
You want a casket painted pink? With,
It is
like Barbie?
crazy.
I know.
You can
I
get
see
it,
a lot of clubs doing Barbie nights and adult entertainment
Yeah,
places.
Monroe's is having one.
Yep, Monroe's is having one, a Barbie night. What is really the premise of the whole movie, though? Like, what is it really about?
It's
If you're
women
not-
power. It's about us women being able to do whatever the hell they want.
Okay.
And I mean, like in your like life, like you can be president, you can be a doctor, you can be whatever it is. Yeah, whatever you want to be.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Jimmy, would you see it?
It doesn't interest me.
Yeah.
No.
And that's the thing. It's made for
it's
certain
not-
people, right?
not-
I mean, it's got a certain demographic it's trying to reach.
It's pretty. I don't know.
But it's huge.
I think it reaches a lot of people. It's just it's not my type of humor.
Yeah.
You know, that's all. I don't know. I don't get into comedies as much as I did when I was younger. I more prefer, even like television shows and all that. I like fantasy. I like drama, sci-fi, that type of thing. That's more my thing right now. Than,
What about that other
than
movie
comedies?
that just came out with Matt Damon? What's the name of that?
Oppenheimer.
Now that's a movie I'd like to
You
see.
would see that, right?
Yeah. Well, it's got historical aspects to it, and that type of thing kind of interests me a little bit more. The Top Gun, that was a good movie. I enjoyed watching that one too. But I don't know, just comedies in general. I just don't get into them.
Yeah,
You know?
I like all of the above. Like, yeah, they say that Barbie is like a coming of age movie, but I like all of them because I do like some of the sci-fi thing. I don't know if you've been keeping up, but I'm just The Witcher is on the final season. I love The Witcher. If you check that out on Netflix.
I saw the first episode of what was released recently, and I haven't watched the rest of it yet. But
I do.
It's on my list.
I'm all over
to
the
watch.
place when
Yeah.
it comes to TV watching.
Now, would you say, if you know or not, Barbie is as big to young girls today as it once was? Not before the movie. I know the movie now it's huge. But
G-Man, I don't have young women in my life,
Okay.
so
How
I
about your
don't
niece?
know. My niece doesn't really play with Barbies that much,
okay.
but she's different. She actually likes to go outside and be physically active, and
Which
she
is
likes
good.
and she likes taking classes, and
That's great.
And now she's into tennis and stuff like that.
That's
So,
awesome.
Yeah, she's never been much of a playing with dolls kind of person.
That's great because that's what they lack today, kids. They're not outside, playing games and doing stuff outside, like you said, tennis or whatever. So that's really good.
Speaking of, you said today was pickleball day. In the beginning, I was listening, and I meant to ask you in the beginning, is it really named after Pickleball, a dog named Pickles that used to go and fetch after the ball?
I don't know. I don't know if that was a joke or not.
I wanted to look into that when it happened while we were listening to the beginning of the show. I was like, oh, I wonder if that's a fact. And I totally forgot to ask you.
I don't know that. I just when I heard that, I was kind of taken back on that. So it's one of those things that maybe I'll have to look that up.
Maybe.
Look it up.
I'm not sure.
It is the Penthouse. It is a Tuesday. I hope you guys are having a good day so far, and I hope we make it better. Don't forget, Mega Millions, $1 billion. That is a lot of cash. Woo-wee. Franny, we got some fun facts.
I have a couple texts I was going to get to really
Okay,
quick, by the way. At 47142, started off with Real Radio. Let's think. Unmotivated poster. Working out. A bunch of hard work and pain to look good with your clothes. So eat cake and just have sex with the lights off. All right, there you go. Unmotivated poster.
Okay.
Hey, why work out when you can just eat cake and have sex with the lights off? This one, I can picture this as a text conversation between Greek and Franny. Greek, hey, Franny, what does IDK mean? Franny, I don't know. Greek, man, does anyone know what it means? I have not seen this, but I got to check it out. Somebody was asking me if I've seen the video of the guy who's burglarizing a garage and stops to pets the golden retriever that's there. They said it was on Channel 5 News.
Oh, wow.
I can totally see that. I love my dogs, but worthless. If somebody broke into my house, I'd be like, hey, what's up? What you got? You got any
Don't
treats?
take our toys.
You got any treats? Can I have a pet?
Yeah, don't take
my
our toys.
bulldog would be on her back so fast for belly rubs. She'd be like, what's up?
Awesome.
Uh-huh. And I'm trying to figure out what this is in reference to. It says, of course I think of someone else. This is AJ. Sex. Of course I think of someone else. Who hasn't thought of Greek while banging someone else? Well, I know one person. Thank you. 47142. Started off with Real Radio.
Wow. That would be my therapy session today. I'm like, what does this mean? Therapist. So-and-so said X at 11:56 and 32 seconds.
Oh, man.
But I wasn't
But
offended.
yes, fun fact. So it's not about pickleball. It's about something that you love, G-Man. I think we all love. And I think, well, if you win the Mega Millions, you're going to get a lot of them. Today is the holiday in honor of the U.S. dollar. So I'm going to give you some fun facts about that.
I was thinking something else. It is the Penthouse. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. Peace.
Proving that some of us have a face for radio.
You sick sons of...
Go to realradio921/watch so you can watch us make radio.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's a very hot day on this Tuesday. Excessive heat warnings in effect for the area. It's going to feel up to 115 degrees throughout the day today, so be sure to stay hydrated. Actual temperatures in the mid-90s. A few isolated thunderstorms could move across the area. Otherwise, we stay partly cloudy to mostly sunny throughout the day.
This report is sponsored by Tri-County Metals. Not sure which metal roofing panel is best for your project? Try Tri-County Metals' free panel selector tool on their website at tricountymetals.com. It will help you make your decision, and it's free and easy at tricountymetals.com.
If you ever need our help, we're just a call away. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
Hey, it's the Greek. It's been hotter than ever this summer, and the heat wave continues. Do you think your AC is ready for another round of record-breaking heat? ACs are working overtime to keep your homes cool. Be proactive and keep your AC running this summer. There's only one thing you do. Call Filter by HVAC Solutions. Have them on speed dial. 855-4FL-HVAC. That's 855-4FL-HVAC. Make sure you have these guys in your phone. Go to their website, too, filterbyhvacsolutions.com, and see great reviews that this company has had. They are the best to keep you cool this hot summer, and it's not going to slow down. So make sure you call them with any AC problems. 855-4FL-HVAC. Call them today if your AC goes down, because if it's hot and you don't have AC, it's like being in Vegas and being broke. Peace.
There are more identity threats than you realize. Even if you monitor your credit, only a little personal info needs to leak out, like your social security number or password,
for you to become a victim.
LifeLock alerts you to threats you could miss. If your identity is stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions, but everyone can save up to 25% off their first year with promo code NEWS. Go to lifelock.com.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go: shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms: irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
In this week's Marketers Report, we hear about the importance of local radio from Allison Griffin, head of marketing at State Farm.
iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
I'm Jeff Jr., founder and CEO of Trajan Wealth. I was born and raised in northern Wisconsin by both my father, who owned a small 10-lane bowling alley, and my mother, who was a nurse, who did her best caring for everyone in our small town. My parents stressed in me that if I was going to do anything, it needed to be done right or not done at all. I later joined the Marine Corps, where additional values were instilled. Values like honor, courage, and commitment. The motto of the Marine Corps? It's Semper Fi, which means always faithful. What's the best part of Trajan Wealth? It's our 100-plus employees who also embrace the exact same values. If your current financial advisor is more interested in selling you something or is more loyal to their own financial gain than yours, give us a call for a second opinion. We would be honored to hear from you. Call Trajan today at 561-390-1000 or visit TrajanWealth.com.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
If you're suffering and there's a safe, natural, easy-to-use solution to help make you feel better, wouldn't you at least want to try it? That's why millions of people use Navage Nasal Care to help relieve their symptoms of sinus congestion, allergies, snoring, and other nasal-related problems. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Navage to make cleaning your nose easy. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, helping flush out everything that makes you miserable. Nearly 4 million people use Navage to breathe better, snore less, and feel healthier. People like Dee, a verified Navage user who writes, "From years of having a permanently stuffed up nose to being able to breathe is life-changing. Food tastes better, and I no longer go through boxes of tissue a day," unquote. Navage is the safe, drug-free solution you've been looking for. Available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Rite Aid, Target, and Navage.com. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
We're Storm Smart. Here in Florida, that's a name people trust. And while storms may come and go, one thing's for sure. Storm Smart's here to stay. Smart is protecting our community today and tomorrow. Storm Smart.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
From the Anajar Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Podcasts.
Hey, what's going on, Penthouse? Palm Beach Gardens' favorite pool guy, Jeremy, checking back in. Franny, that sounds like 00 negative Danny Ocean there trying to steal the ATM machine. You guys got to check out, it's making its rounds now on Facebook. There was a fight in Mississippi, I believe, or Alabama. They're trying to park this boat, and this other guy won't move his boat, so they get into a big brawl, and everybody hops off the boat. They're brawling. People are banging each other with chairs. It was crazy on the dock. Check that out on Facebook. Peace, guys.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Always appreciates Jeremy tuning in to Real Radio. You guys can do the same thing in a lot of different ways. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon.
Franny's here.
Hey, and did you see the fight that he was talking about?
I saw it.
That happened in Alabama?
It's pretty bad.
It is. I mean, it's the pontoon people's fault. Those people are a bunch of idiots. They're not supposed to park there. That's where the ferry is supposed to park. And then they got all squirrely, but it is. Maybe I'll post that for people if they haven't seen it yet.
It's pretty scary. I mean, if somebody didn't really get hurt or God forbid injured for, just the things that people do when they're fighting, throwing chairs.
It was a brawl.
It's bad. People jumping in all over the place. It's like some of these airport fights that you see. Just crazy. What are the fun facts about?
Well,
Frisbees?
no, they're not. They're actually about the dollar. You want to do some fun facts?
Yeah.
It's Fanny's Fun Facts. Okay, so yes, today is many days. I like to let you know what it is. It's Happiness Happens Day, National CBD Day. I will let you know that CBD has been helping me with my back. I've been using that. National Dollar Day, which we're going to get into. And National Pickleball Day. So I just had to look, Jimmy, and it is. They said that it has nothing to do with actual pickleball. The sport is instead named after Joel Pritchard's Cocker Spaniel.
That was real.
Yeah.
I have some other pickleball facts, too,
Yeah.
we can get into later.
So, yeah, Joel Pritchard's Cocker Spaniel Pickles, who enjoyed chasing the ball while his owner played.
Oh, that's amazing.
I call it pickleball. Yep. So let's talk about money. All right, here. When it comes to some fun facts, I have 10 of them, and we'll go through the most interesting ones here. Did you know that George Washington wasn't the original face of the $1 bill?
Yep.
Who was it?
Kim Kardashian.
It was not. Salmon P. Chase.
I thought it was, too.
Was the person.
Who?
Portrait of Salmon P. Chase, who was the Secretary of the Treasury at the time.
Oh, I'm glad they went with George.
They said that the dollar was then redesigned with Washington's portrait on it in 1869. Yep. Also on here that we have for a fun fact for the dollar bill, and I've heard about this. You can actually track where a dollar bill goes.
How the hell you doing
There
that?
is a fun website called where'sgeorge.com. So if you've ever been curious where the dollar bill in your wallet has been, there's an easy way to find out. Go to where'sgeorge.com, enter the serial number of your bill and your zip code. The site will show all the cities and states and countries where other people have reported holding your bill.
Oh, I thought it was like who you gave it to you.
No.
Because I know where they went.
And you can be able to track its movement as it continues to circulate.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, it's so interesting.
What? Where's my dollar, bitch?
Lifespan of a $1 bill. Do you know what the lifespan is?
I know it's long. I don't know how long. I would say
10 years.
I would say even longer than that.
All right. Well, it says not only does money not grow on trees, but also doesn't stick around as long as you may think. The Federal Reserve estimates that the average $1 bill lasts just 4.8 years.
Wow.
They said that may not seem like a long time, but a $5 bill lasts only 3.8 years on average. $10 bills tend to last 3.6 years. And of course, coins tend to stay in circulation much, much longer. The $1 bill is not the most common, which surprised me.
20?
They say the $1 bill may be the denomination you see most often in your wallet, but it's not the most widely circulated. You say 20. What do you say, Jimmy?
Say 10.
I'm surprised. It would be the $100 bill. The feds say there are some 17.7 billion of them that are floating around out there.
Now let them flow into my account.
Right?
That's just Boca.
Pick me. Pick me. Pick me.
Get my account, bitch.
They say cheap money usually refers to loans available at low interest rate, but the dollar bill gives that term new meaning. Each note costs just 7.5 cents to produce. They say maybe it's fitting that the $100 bill is far more expensive to make, relatively speaking. Each $100 bill note costs the government a whole 17 cents, which you think it would be around the same to make them,
I
right?
was gonna say, yeah. What's the
same size?
What's the difference?
I don't know. It doesn't break it down, but you would think.
Huh.
This is kind of cool. Said your house may be made of money.
Ooh.
And you're like, well, where do dollar bills go when they die? They might be all around you and you don't even know it. When bills become too old and worn out, they're taken out of circulation, shredded by the Federal Reserve. And then, ironically enough, the old greenbacks get even more green. The Fed sometimes sells shredded bills to companies that use them in building materials. Recycled currency may be in the shingles on your roof or the insulation in your walls. Never knew that. And they said the dollar bill won't go out of style. While you may see occasional redesigns of other U.S. currencies, it's unlikely that the $1 bill will get a makeover anytime soon, because we have seen makeovers, right? Larger bills have been updated to add counterfeiting prevention features, but the government doesn't feel a need to do that with $1 bills because it isn't exactly a favorite of counterfeiters. Well, now they're going to hear that. Now all those dollar bills are going to be counterfeited. They said a section of Annual Financial Service and General Government Appropriations Act even forbids altering the dollar bill design.
What is the most counterfeited bill, they say? I would assume they're 20 or 100.
Probably. Maybe even a 10. I don't know, G-Man.
Yeah, so like the 10s or 20s, I believe. That'd be...
Yep. And then finally here, old Ben Franklin. The back of the dollar bill features a bald eagle, a proud symbol of the United States. But if it was up to Benjamin Franklin, if he would have gotten his way, it would have been a turkey.
Oh, Ben got screwed.
He once explained in a letter that he found the eagle a bird of bad moral character because he said it wasn't responsible enough to do its own fishing. But yeah, it is. He thought the turkey would be a much more suitable choice. Franklin described it as a more respectable bird and a true original native of America.
I think that's been debunked.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well,
So if the turkey was on the back of a $1 bill, do you think we still have Thanksgiving with turkeys? Or do you think they would have said, nah, let's have bald eagles?
You think like it would be like a protected species?
You never know.
I don't know. Something to ponder on.
It's deep.
Think about that, people.
That's deep this
Those are
afternoon.
your fun facts.
I think he proposed the turkey, but it wasn't, it's just one of many birds that was proposed.
Yeah.
Or one of many that were given. Yes, the $20 bill is the most counterfeited bill in the United States.
I would think so.
Overseas, it's the $100 U.S. bill.
Okay.
Is the one that is counterfeited the most outside of the United States.
I would think the 20.
According to Mr. Google.
Because a lot of places won't even take 100. You know what I mean? When you're trying to change them, I find it to be more and more difficult. Like when you're out there, you'll see signs, we don't take any bills higher.
That, and we're just simply going to a cashless society too. That's another thing too. And I think you're seeing it if we look it up more, because that's something that I've been seeing more and more on social media, of this idea of going cashless. And some of it is from people that I know that live in Canada and Australia. So I wonder if they're becoming even more so in those countries. I don't know. I haven't read much on it other than just people making their own observations by it.
What I noticed too, and the other night we were out, and we were out to a bunch of us, 7 of us out, and the girl came around with our checks. I was the only one who had money on me.
Yeah.
Other 7 guys didn't have a dime.
It happens.
They had their card, obviously, I'm saying. But, I mean, people doesn't seem like they carry money
Not
as much as
really.
they once they did.
And if you do, it's gone like that because, in instances like that, you'll give them money. But I know just when last weekend when we were in the Keys, we did a lot of my family and I, all right, we'll pay this bill. And then you just Venmo. And it's just easy that way.
Yeah.
Like instead of giving the server 5 cards,
Yeah.
put 1 card down and you tell them what it is evenly broken out. And then the people just send you money in your bank account. It's just easier that way.
Yeah.
To us, it is.
Yeah.
And it works itself out.
But I was surprised. Like, 7 guys, nobody had cash on them.
I haven't carried cash in I don't know how long.
Yeah, that's why I have to keep on
been
texting my
years.
husband to pick up the Mega Millions. He's like, I was like, I don't have cash. I was like, you have cash. You pick it.
Every now and then, wherever you go for tickets, ask to see if they've changed anything.
Okay.
Because the place that there's a discount beverage store near where I live.
They'll take the debit.
And they now take debit cards
Nice.
for lottery.
Okay.
I saw it yesterday. I went into a gas station. I thought about the show. It was a sign that said that. We take debit cards for lottery.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that for years.
I don't know if that's something that the Florida lottery changed.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were individual. Because, again, this is
Sure.
I don't want to say an argument, but something that we've circled around for a little while. And people say, well, yeah, Winn-Dixie will, and here doesn't, or there does, and here doesn't. I don't know if that's a lottery policy or if that's an individual store. I don't know.
I would guess it's a store policy because if it was a lottery policy, they wouldn't do it.
Why would you ever say no to it, though? That's
Very
the
true.
thing that gets me. I mean,
They're missing out on money.
Yeah, I mean, if people want to buy tickets, let them use a debit card. Even a credit card. Who cares?
I think years ago when they came up with the concept, same thing with Vegas. When years ago in Vegas, you couldn't use an ATM, obviously, or your credit card because they didn't want people just maxing them out. That's what they felt like. They don't want people who, God forbid, have a problem or something like that, go there and take all their money at account. So if you don't have the cash,
or they get scammed, maybe. With fraudulent credit cards or something like that, or somebody buys a whole bunch and then they put a stop payment on it or something.
it could be that too. Yeah, I didn't go to that gas station and spend $120, or something like that. But
where debit cards are more instant and it's your own cash, not associated to a credit.
You would also
maybe that's why they're more accepting of the debit cards now.
Yeah, I would also hope when you use your debit card, even a credit card, they should ask you for an ID. I know people get upset, but they should ask you. They're doing their job.
Yeah, I actually kind of to me it's a little disappointing when they don't.
Yeah, and that's rare. I mean, that somebody I had somebody about a week ago in a restaurant say, "Can I see an ID?" Which I thought was cool.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you don't know who anybody is. Having a credit card is...
that rarely happens.
Yeah, they ask for an ID. They don't. I mean, but they should, especially if it's a big purchase. I think they should. I think if it's anything like, say, I don't know, over $500, like, hey, is this you?
I agree.
I agree 100% with you on that.
Because you know what? It might be a pain in the ass to you at that time, which you really shouldn't be, but they're only helping you.
Mm-hmm. That's right. They're looking out for you.
And you know what's funny is I 100% agree with that. But if I make a major purchase and they don't ask me for an ID, I'm not like, hey, are you going to ask me for my ID?
I do.
Like, I don't think about that. I should.
Yeah, I just did with my American Express. And I just said it. And she was like, no, we don't. I said, okay, cool. It is the Penthouse. It is a Tuesday, we're going to come back. I'm going to ask you if you could have a fast food franchise in your house, which one would it be? You guys think of an answer, and so will we. We'll be back. Peace.
Real radio is the news junkie.
I feel like old man yelling at clouds when I see it, and I go, that's not fun. Yelling at
An
clouds.
old man yelling at crowds is what they call a Biden rally
Yeah.
in some states.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 2 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Get ready to win your way to our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival and $1,000.
You'll be there. T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas, September 22nd and 23rd.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
The iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Brought to you by T-Mobile. Experience more of the music you love with the record-setting 5G network. T-Mobile customers can unlock VIP benefits at the festival all weekend long. It's better over here. See why at T-Mobile.com/SEEWHY.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's a very hot day on this Tuesday. Excessive heat warnings in effect for the area. It's going to feel up to 115 degrees throughout the day today, so be sure to stay hydrated. Actual temperatures in the mid-90s. A few isolated thunderstorms could move across the area. Otherwise, we stay partly cloudy to mostly sunny throughout the day.
This report is sponsored by Tri-County Metals. Not sure which metal roofing panel is best for your project? Try Tri-County Metals' free panel selector tool on their website at tricountymetals.com. It will help you make your decision, and it's free and easy at tricountymetals.com.
Hey, it's Jesse Kelly. When a restaurant closes, my reaction is, that sucks. They had good steak. When regional banks close, or 3 of them close overnight, it freaks me out. This is why I have my own personal gold reserve. It's part of my personal protection plan. Call my friends at Oxford Gold Group. Call 833-404-GOLD. 833-404-GOLD. That's 833-404-GOLD.
Hey, it's the Greek. It's been hotter than ever this summer, and the heat wave continues. Do you think your AC is ready for another round of record-breaking heat? ACs are working overtime to keep your homes cool. Be proactive and keep your AC running this summer. There's only one thing you do. Call Filter by HVAC Solutions. Have them on speed dial. 855-4FL-HVAC. That's 855-4FL-HVAC. Make sure you have these guys in your phone. Go to their website, too, filterbyhvacsolutions.com, and see great reviews that this company has had. They are the best to keep you cool this hot summer, and it's not going to slow down. So make sure you call them with any AC problems. 855-4FL-HVAC. Call them today if your AC goes down, because if it's hot and you don't have AC, it's like being in Vegas and being broke. Peace.
Every day, you breathe in thousands of microscopic germs, allergens, and viruses. Don't let these invisible invaders make breathing through your nose impossible. Flush them out with Navage. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril around the back of the nose and out the other nostril, helping flush out all the nasty things that make you miserable. Nearly 4 million people use Navage to breathe better, snore less, and feel healthier. People like Cindy, a verified Navage user who writes, I've had such awful nasal congestion for the last couple years. I bought Navage and OMG, I can breathe again. I love this thing. Goodbye, Neti Pot. Hello, Navage. End quote. If you suffer from sinus congestion, allergies, or snoring, then Navage is the safe, drug-free solution you've been looking for. Navage is at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and Navage.com. Navage. Navage. Clean nose. Healthy life.
Contact Tax Relief Helpers for details and restrictions. Attention anyone that owes money to the IRS. The IRS has restarted aggressive enforcement actions against taxpayers who owe back taxes that were temporarily suspended for COVID. If you owe $10,000 or more, you must hear this because now is the time to clear your IRS tax debt. A special toll-free number has been established so you can stop penalty fees, avoid liens, levies, and other hostile measures by the IRS. Call Tax Relief Helpers right now at 800-591-7439. Tax Relief Helpers will provide you with the maximum protection afforded by law.
I got behind on my taxes and owed $48,000. I didn't know what to do. I called and they got my bill lowered to just $3,500.
I owed $87,000 in taxes and it was scary. I got the amount I owed down to just $3,500.
I saved $83,500.
If you owe money to the IRS, don't wait another day. Call 800-591-7439 right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, or other aggressive measures. The call and consult are absolutely free. Call now. Call 800-591-7439. 800-591-7439. 800-591-7439.
There are more identity threats than you realize. Even if you monitor your credit, only a little personal info needs to leak out, like your social security number or password.
Or you to become a victim.
LifeLock alerts you to threats you could miss. If your identity is stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions, but everyone can save up to 25% off their first year with promo code NEWS. Go to LifeLock.com.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who pay attention to every little detail. The ones who fuss, tinker, and sweat the small stuff. Because you know the tiniest thing can make the biggest difference when it comes to keeping business moving. We get it. We're the same way. Offering access to product experts to help you quickly and easily find what you need. So whatever your industry, you know you're always getting professional-grade products. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hayes the Greek for Trajan Wealth. Call them today, 561-390-1000, 561-390-1000's offices in West Palm Beach. Make an appointment today to sit down with their staff. If you're not feeling the sizzle for your financial guide today, make sure you call them because they will definitely add the sizzle to your investments and your 401k. Your 401k needs to be making money for you so when you retire, you can enjoy it. You worked hard your whole life, and you should have a retirement where you can enjoy your life and enjoy South Florida. Call them today at 561-390-1000, 561-390-1000. Offices in West Palm Beach. If you're not feeling the sizzle for your financial guy, call Trajan Wealth. They're definitely going to make your money grow. Peace. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, and SEC registered investment advisor, paid advertisement.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
We're looking pretty good. About a 15-minute ride, 95 between Southern and PGA, despite a crash northbound just south of Okeechobee Boulevard. Things heading into the Palm Beach Gardens area. Jupiter, not seeing any tie-ups there. Busy in the South County area, but no accidents to tell you about. I'm Joel Mount.
This report is sponsored by Red Pilled America.
This week on Red Pilled America, what can everyday people do to help fix America? To find the answer, we tell the story of a few brave people that may inspire you. Listen to Red Pilled America anywhere you get podcasts. That's Red Pilled America.
Only iHeartRadio gives you access to all of your favorite radio stations.
It's the Rod Ryan Show. It's the Woody Show.
It's Elliot in the morning. All of the once-in-a-lifetime events.
iHeartRadio Music Festival, yeah!
All of the best free curated playlists.
The best bands.
All of the great podcasts for every interest.
The stuff they don't want you to know.
All of the mind-blowing content. App now.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Tuesday. I hope you guys are having a good day. Just had some fun facts for you about dollar bills. And hope you're enjoying yourself. Don't forget, before you know it, will be football season. The Gators will be back on Real Radio and the Coaches Show on Thursday night. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon.
And good afternoon to everybody's favorite. Hello, Francis.
Hi, what's going on? Happy Tuesday.
If you could have one fast food franchise in your house, which would it be? Jimmy, Francis, any thoughts?
Give me a Chick-fil-A.
I was going to say Chick-fil-A for you.
If it's not Chick-fil-A, it's Taco Bell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. What would Greek choose? Because we've talked about it. We don't do a lot of fast food.
No.
I mean, I think mine's pretty obvious. White Castle.
I was going to go White Castle.
Yeah.
I thought I was
for you?
For you
No,
too?
for you.
Oh.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, for you. Not
What would you put in for you?
I'm thinking either Dunkin' or an ice cream place.
Okay. Do you consider that fast food? Like, I'm thinking
You know, I don't know.
Dunkin' I do, but like an ice cream parlor, I don't know if I would.
You know, it's funny because we don't normally associate Dunkin'. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't normally, but when you think about it, it is. Of course, a fast food place.
They just specialize in breakfast.
Yeah, it's just more morning instead of evening.
Yeah, ice cream place. I think I would like an ice cream shop right in my house. Walk downstairs, have like a little.
Oh, that would be awesome. I mean, if we could put anything in our house, let's play that game. But no, I don't consider ice cream like a fast food joint.
It's not.
Like a Dunkin' for sure.
Yeah, I would use Dunkin'.
So you'd have a Dunkin'?
Yeah.
That'd be nice. Just get up, have your coffee already ready for you, a little breakfast sandwich.
Yeah, because I mean, it's the one I only go to. I'm not a big, once in a blue moon, I'll get a Junior Whopper. Like if I'm, under budget, and I'll be like, hey, let me go to Burger King and treat myself. But besides that,
I don't eat fast food that
Chick-fil-A
often
rare.
either, but I would have Chick-fil-A in my house, and then I would be like, people were like, what, you have a Chick-fil-A? And I was like, yeah, and it's even open on Sundays, and then I'll charge them.
Yeah, Franny, you're a star. There'll be a line down the block. They go to that girl's house. She's got Chick-fil-A on Sundays. That's the only one. And I would say Chick-fil-A, I'll go once in a while. But what makes me not go if I drive by are the lines. Like if I see a long, I'm just like I get turned off. Like I'm just like I'm not gonna go. Like there's an ice cream place I like in Boca, and they do a great job. But even like last night, I drove by and it was like 10:30 or 9:30, whatever it was, and there was such a long line. I was like, I'm not gonna go in. So I just don't.
I have another unmotivated poster if you guys want me to read that on the text line at 47142.
Cool. Sure.
Yeah, unmotivated poster. Porn. Millions of recorded examples of people having a lot more fun than you. There you go.
This is true. But just thinking of fun you have while you're
enjoying it. Yeah, enjoying it. Remember, those are actors. They're getting paid. So are they really having fun or are they faking it? That's something you got to think of. Got another funny one?
No.
The way you're laughing.
I am laughing, but I'm not going to read this one. Sorry, I laugh at myself. 47142. Start off with Real Radio. I have to look because it was Kevin who was talking about the golden retriever and the guy breaking into the garage. And it's like, hey, what's up? Says you have to watch it. Be sure to have the volume up. The guy sounds stoned because he's like, you're the coolest dog I ever met. As he's laughing.
Don't you think a lot of guys, when they break into places or people, they try to be nice to the dog so the dog doesn't bark or, bite them? Bring a treat.
If they're smart, they should bring treats.
Yeah, food. Like that's the old movie cliche, right? Where you throw a steak to the Dobermans that are, guarding the house or wherever you're at.
That was in the movie Hangover.
Yeah.
They threw the steaks over and they put drugs in the steak so the dogs will fall asleep.
Yeah. That's what you do.
Yeah, I mean, that's another thing that you hear. But you would think anybody who breaks into a house or anything, a business, and there's a dog, you want to be nice to it.
Yep. And somebody else is giving us heads up. The racetrack on Congress in Lake Park, they take debit cards for lotto. So thank you very much for letting us know that. In China, they said China is like 90% cashless.
Really?
These days, according to this text that we got. And then we have a fast food restaurant I want in my house is an Arby's. That way I could roll out of bed, walk up to my Arby's, butt-ass naked, doing the helicopter, yelling, we have the meats.
You don't do that now?
Oh, thank you for the visual.
Who doesn't do that
now?
Yeah, if you guys have a food franchise you would want in your house.
Oh, here we go. Somebody has a good idea because you want ice cream. Greek could have a DQ in his house.
That's true.
That way he has ice cream and burgers and fries.
Yeah.
You can have a Dairy Queen.
So if you have a ice cream store like that, I'm kind of picturing what you're talking about, where you're going to get a cone or a sundae or something like that, right? A Carvel or something like that, where it's just more strictly ice cream, twisties, right? Why isn't that fast food?
I just don't. I never looked at a parlor as a fast food restaurant.
Franny poured it down. She said, "No way."
Neither do I. Right? I don't normally would think of it, but when you do, all right. Well, it's food. It's obviously that you're consuming, and it's usually pretty quick.
All right, let the debate start.
There you go.
Is ice cream parlor a fast food restaurant? I don't know. I just never considered it, but that's my personal opinion. I never looked at an ice cream parlor and would say it's fast food. I kind of put it in its own category.
Yeah, it's its own little thing, right?
Yeah.
It's because it's just dessert.
Because DQ is different, right? DQ used to be just dessert, but now DQ is everything. It's almost like, what's the new one? Culver's?
Mm-hmm.
That has
right.
The frozen
Culver's,
custard and burgers. I've never had it. I've heard it's really good. I've never had Culver's before.
A lot of people.
Yeah, I've had their chili. It's pretty good.
Is
pretty
it?
darn good. Yeah, it's a lot better than Wendy's.
And a lot of people say a drive-through with fast food. Like, you know what I mean?
I know, but we've had these debate too because we talked about
Twisties.
the best fast foods. We just recently they named the best fast food restaurants, and the best fast food burger came from BurgerFi. Right, but there's not a drive-through necessarily at a Burger Five, but they consider those in like the Five Guys and those Moe's because their walk-up is fast, right? It's counter service, but they were all part of the mix. So it is very confusing what you would consider a fast food restaurant. It doesn't necessarily have to have a drive-through window.
Interesting.
I know we saw that the first... Oh, I don't either, watch. My watch goes, I'm not sure I understand.
What are you asking me about
I
fast
don't either,
food?
watch. I don't understand.
Or who are you thinking of when you're having sex?
We
Go
saw
on.
the Wawa is opening their first drive-through window in Tampa.
Yep,
at a Wawa gas station.
But no gas is going to be there at all.
Oh, really?
No.
It's just going to be a fast food restaurant.
That's what I read.
That's
no
wild.
gas, just a fast food restaurant.
Interesting. I thought it was going to be all of the things with a window.
You could double check the article because I could be wrong. I've been known to be wrong before, but what I read is that it's just going to be a
Did you say
drive-thru.
Orlando?
I think it's Tampa.
Tampa?
Yeah, but no gas will be there. It is the Penthouse. We're going to come back with a trifecta. It is ice cream, a fast food. Would you have that in your house? It's my house, so I can do it.
You do whatever you want.
Okay. We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
We'll be your friend. Follow us at Real Radio 92.1 on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Get ready to win your way to our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival and $1,000.
You'll be there. T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas. September 22nd and 23rd.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
The iHeartRadio Music Festival.
This is Super Bowl champion Alfred Williams. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
The Dolphins are hosting the Falcons for the first of 2 joint practices today. The workouts will serve as a tune-up for Friday's preseason opener. After losing for the 5th straight time, the Marlins will continue their series in Cincinnati tonight. Braxton Garrett takes the ball for the Fish. And the Athletic Coast Conference is now considering expansion with Pac-12 holdouts Cal and Stanford as the targets. I'm Scott Davidson.
What makes a Mercedes-Benz EV different? Electric is what gets you there, but Mercedes is what moves you, like no other automaker can. The vehicle, all electric. The feeling, all Mercedes. The choice is all yours. Learn more at mbusa.com/EQ.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's a very hot day on this Tuesday. Excessive heat warnings in effect for the area. It's going to feel up to 115 degrees throughout the day today, so be sure to stay hydrated. Actual temperatures in the mid-90s. A few isolated thunderstorms could move across the area. Otherwise, we stay partly cloudy to mostly sunny throughout the day.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Since 2010, Blindster has sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters to satisfied customers across the country with 20,000 5-star reviews and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Custom blinds at low prices and free shipping. Blindster.com.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who pay attention to every little detail. The ones who fuss, tinker, and sweat the small stuff. Because you know the tiniest thing can make the biggest difference when it comes to keeping business moving. We get it. We're the same way. Offering access to product experts to help you quickly and easily find what you need. So whatever your industry, you know you're always getting professional-grade products. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go, shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
What's holding you back from learning the language you've always wanted to know?
Too hard.
Takes too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's lessons take just 15 minutes a day.
15 minutes isn't long.
Nope. And they're fun.
Fun isn't hard.
Right. Babbel's interactive lessons, podcasts, games, and more make it fun and engaging, so you don't realize you're learning a language, but you are. And Babbel's lessons are built around real life. You can choose from topics like travel, business, relationships, and more. You'll learn what matters most to you. Plus, Babbel's lessons are designed to get you speaking right away. In 3 weeks, you're able to start having conversations.
Just 3 weeks? Even better.
Since Babbel's lessons are designed by language experts and voiced by real native speakers, you'll get the accents just right and be able to carry on conversations with confidence.
Learning a language with Babbel doesn't take long.
And with Babbel, it isn't hard.
It's perfect.
And now, try Babbel free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
In today's Marketers Report, Kate Cronin, Chief Brand Officer of Moderna, weighs in on the speed of audio production.
in this day and age, and particularly at Moderna, where we have new information coming out on a regular basis, being able to feed that information to the audio format makes being nimble and pivoting easy, and that's what I really like about it.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
This week at Macy's, it's the perfect time to save on everything they need for back to school. Like 30% off classic jeans and more from Levi's. And save 15 to 50% off updates for Every Space Now during our big home sale. And save 35 to 70% off select fine jewelry. Plus, Macy's Star Rewards members can earn rewards even faster during Star Money bonus days. See Macy's.com/Star Rewards. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
Staples has big savings on everything you need for back to school or stocking up the office. Save on all your school essentials from notebooks to markers. Save on everything you need for travel, like luggage, portable tech, and travel-size personal items. Plus, save on signs, banners, and posters from Staples print and marketing services. And now at Staples, you can save even more with 50% back in rewards on your print order. Get everything for the office and the classroom for less at Staples. Ends 8/12. Rewards members only. Rewards redeemable in-store only. See associate for details.
They are our love bugs and companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life better. When we face unexpected challenges, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people and their pets. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
At SimpliSafe, we've designed award-winning home security with advanced sensors, HD cameras, and now this 24/7 lifeguard protection, only from SimpliSafe. Now, monitoring agents can see and speak to intruders through our new indoor camera to help stop crime in real time and for fast police response. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplisafe.com/radio. Advanced home security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
Attention business owners. Was your company impacted during COVID? If you had W-2 employees during 2020 and 2021, you may be entitled for up to $26,000 per employee through the Employee Retention Credit Program. This is not alone. The IRS paid back billions already. We've helped thousands of businesses just like yours. So let us help you. At ERC Business Solutions, we make it simple. We do it all for you, so you won't have to worry about the complex application process. There's absolutely no risk. If you don't get paid, we don't get paid. Most businesses do qualify, even those with no decline in revenues or those that already got PPP. Discover how much you can claim. There's no cost or obligation. Call now, 800-200-2250. That's 800-200-2250. Get up to $26,000 per employee. Call 800-200-2250. 800-200-2250.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Heading out for your lunch hour. Not seeing any big tie-ups right now, and things are looking good. 95 and the Turnpike. One note, Clematis Street remains shut down. It'll be that way for some time between Dixie and Olive Avenue. It's the 300 block. You want to use Banyan or Datura. It's going to be this way until September 29th. I'm Joel Mount.
This report is sponsored by Red Pilled America.
This week on Red Pilled America, what can everyday people do to help fix America? To find the answer, we tell the story of a few brave people that may inspire you. Listen to Red Pilled America anywhere you get podcasts. That's Red Pilled America.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival is coming back to
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back to The Penthouse on a Tuesday. Hope you guys are having a good day. Thanks for always listening to Real Radio and to listen to us. If you like the way we listen, you might like the way we look even more. Go to our website, to Real TV. Check it out. It's always sponsored by Monroe's of Palm Beach as their summer series continues all summer long. with top-notch DJs in the house on Saturdays, pumping in the energy, and a great place to watch UFC. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon.
And, of course, Francis is here.
Hey, what's up? And after we do a trifecta, I got a bunch of people who are participating with what fast food restaurant they want in their house.
Awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
All right, let's do a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creek's Trifecta.
All right, when your favorite team sucks, you got two choices. Well, actually, three. You can stop watching them, A, you could bitch about it, or you can make money on them. And the Marlins are losing on the road. They're 1-13 over the last 14, so keep betting against them. Nothing against the Marlins. It's just business, bro. You got to pay the rent. They're playing the Reds today, so why bet the Marlins tonight? Stick on the Marlins to keep losing, and in baseball, it's all streaks. Miami Dolphins have a new thing at their facility for practice. If you have the best practice, the next day you get to wear an orange jersey so everybody knows it's you. You're like, oh, I'm a baller. And you get to play the music. That's right. You get to play the tunes for the team on practice. I think this is a pretty cool concept that the coach came up with it, and the players seem to really enjoy it. And over the weekend, some more boxing. Jake Paul won again, beating Diaz, I believe, in 8 rounds. This kid, you know what, whether you like him or not, it doesn't really matter, but people want to watch him, and they want to see him fight, and they are paying the top dollar to see it with pay-per-view. Next, there's been speculation about him fighting Conor McGregor. I don't know if that'll happen, but they did have some bad blood with him already, him and his brother. We'll see what happens. I think a lot of people would tune in for that. But I don't know if Conor's in the mood right now to fight anybody. He's got a couple things going on, and I just don't even know if he's ready to box. But we'll see. But again, he is definitely making the register ring when it comes to pay-per-view. And that is your lunchtime trifecta. Peace.
So speaking of lunchtime, yes, we have a couple text messages because G-Man asked, like, if you could have a fast food joint inside of your house, which one would it be? Somebody wanted to let us know that they've been going to DQ since the early 70s, and they've always sold hot dogs and fries, even back in the day.
I didn't know that.
Uh-huh. We have somebody put Culver's in the mix. They said it's so good. They have a pork tenderloin sandwich that is effing great.
Oh, there you go.
All right. Don't really hear many fast food joints have a pork tenderloin sandwich, huh?
Do we have one in our area?
Yeah, we have one very close to us on Congress.
Okay.
Going north. I don't know if I'm pointing the right direction. That way. I don't know where I'm at. Where am I? Yeah, there's one going north.
All right, never seen it.
It's like kind of like where the Sonic is, and there's an Aldi in that little vicinity. I know you probably don't ever go that way. Let's see.
There's one on US 1 in Port St. Louis, or actually I should say Jensen, I believe it is.
Okay.
It's right by the BJ's and
We'll see if there's one in Boca, and then I'll tell you those directions.
Oh, well, that's all that matters.
I love both you guys today.
We
got one both.
Somebody said a fast food restaurant I would like in my home, a Pollo Tropical.
That'd be
All
cool.
right.
There you
Yeah,
go.
Pollo Tropical is always delicious. Let's see here. Of course, Hugh with the inappropriate. I would love to have a Wendy's in my house. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner served by a hot redhead with green eyes named Wendy.
There you go.
Then I can prove that their slogan is really true. Wendy's. He's talking about the burgers. Hot and juicy. God, I hope so. And that's from Hugh. Is that their slogan? Is that what they say?
I thought it was where's the beef?
Where's the beef?
So thank you so very much. And then we have a demotivation poster. It says, give up. At some point, hanging in there just makes you look like an even bigger loser.
Wow.
Thank you for participating, as always, and going from fast food places to your own kitchen. I found this interesting, and G, I want to know if you fall into this. And I know you've never used your kitchen. You probably still have the plastic on, like from brand new, appliances have never been touched.
I opened a microwave the other day. I was like, wow, that's amazing.
That's what it looks like in there.
Oh, I was going to put my Ferragolos in there.
You probably could. You probably could because you never use it. But yeah, there's a lot of people who are very intimidated to cook in their own kitchens. There truly are. So a new survey found adults who regularly find 29% get so overwhelmed by not just cooking, but some recipes that they ask other people in their household to make the meal instead. Like if they have their mind set on this or they have the recipe pulled up, they're like, I really want this. And then they start like, nope, can't do it.
I'm out.
Tag, you're in. You're doing it instead.
Would you like to do this for me?
Uh-huh. Is that why you don't cook or you just don't cook because you don't care to? Is it intimidation or?
No, I don't care to, and I'm by myself. It's a little depressing. You know what I mean? Like you're eating by yourself. You know what I mean?
I cook for myself.
Yeah, but that's a choice. You have somebody in your life. So if you don't, like you're going to cook for one.
But even I'm saying, like, if he's away or if we fend for ourselves, like, I don't mind cooking a meal for one.
Yeah, I just don't do it. I guess I just don't have any desire to do it. And that's it, really. I mean, like, I'll get food and I'll bring it home and put it on the stove.
So
and
what's
go,
the difference? You eating for one than you cooking for one?
It's no difference.
Because I know you love cooking shows.
Yeah, I do. I like watching like cooking shows and stuff like that, like Bobby Ray or Bobby
Flay.
Flay, whatever. Whatever. Doesn't matter.
Rachel Ray, Bobby Flay.
I like that.
I get how it's confusing.
Yeah, I like that Italian girl. I forget her name.
Yeah.
Gio.
Yeah, Giada.
But I guess maybe pasta I'll try to learn this year. I have a friend of mine who.
Did your mom ever get on your case because she cooks so much that you don't know how to cook?
No.
Really?
Nope.
Because she was always the one doing the cooking.
Well, she loved to cook. She cooks for a place now.
Oh,
like
I
12.
know.
I went there on a Sunday. There was 12 people. I couldn't
But
believe
knowing that you were going to leave the nest, she never was once like, "Hey, learn how to come." Like, because my mom wasn't necessarily like, "Hey, learn," but she wanted us in the kitchen with her.
I think that's a mother-daughter thing too.
Yeah, more
a little
so.
bit. I mean, I don't say that as an insult
No,
either,
not at all.
by any stretch of the imagination. And some people have the interest to cook and some don't.
Including, yes, men.
Yeah.
A lot of men have the interest in
Oh,
cooking.
yeah. I think it's great if you can, or you enjoy it or something like that. I find it to be like such a pain in the ass. Got to clean the pots, everything like that. Just go buy something, get it. I mean, like, I'll go to Joseph's. I'll get one slice of pizza for $4 and I eat dinner. I get back in my car and I leave 10 minutes later. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess if I knew how to do it, maybe.
So the top
But you don't
10
have the interest for it.
No, he doesn't.
And that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
I don't say anything wrong with it. If you don't want to cook, don't cook.
Yeah.
Love you, Jimmy. You're the best.
And the top 10 international dishes people love eating but are afraid to make.
Okay.
Pasta from scratch is number one.
Well, pasta from scratch, I know is hard.
It is difficult. I have done it a few times, and I even have the attachment for my Cuisinart. But it takes some time.
Yeah.
Beef Wellington is on there.
That's a bucket list dish to try, not to cook.
That beef Wellington is delicious. You know who has a really good beef Wellington? There's
Gordon Ramsay.
Yes. Okay, I'll let you know later.
Yes, please do, because it's something that I want to do. Matter of fact, it was something that was one of the things that I was going to try on the cruise, but they changed the menus up last minute, so they didn't have it.
I'll let you know. It's delicious.
Okay.
Sushi at number 3. Even though sushi a lot of time is just raw, but it's the whole preparing it. I mean, you do have to make
Rolling
the sushi
it.
rice and stuff. Yes. I have done both ways of rolling it with like the bamboo roller. And then somebody gave me as a gift like a cheat way of rolling it. It's like I can't even describe it, but it makes it so much easier to make. I was just like, yeah, it's clutch. But this sushi it's not easy if you're trying to do that.
I've had sushi, I would say, in the last year or two more, and tried it, and I don't think it's as bad as it once. Before I didn't like it
I think
at all.
there's a little something for everybody because, yes, you can do raw fish and sushi, and that's what I prefer, but you can also do cooked shrimp. You can do cooked lobsters. There's some places that even cook steak in their damn sushi. Like, there's so many options these days for people to try it, and I think they automatically go, it's got to be raw fish, right?
Because I would have thought that too. I wouldn't have thought that there would be anything.
They will
quote,
deep
unquote,
fry a whole
cooked.
sushi roll, too. I mean, yeah, they have all kinds of,
Oh, wow, okay.
all kinds of stuff, Jimmy. Yep. Enchiladas at number 4, which really are not too difficult to make. Pad Thai, seafood in general. People don't want to learn. They say they love eating, but don't know how to. This one, Jimmy, I know that you do, but it can be a process, and it's got to be done right. Barbecued meats, like brisket.
Yeah. Right. Oh, yeah.
It's an art to it.
It's a very much of an art.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But something that, again, the typical guy, they'll take the time to learn that.
Grill master.
Grill,
Yes, because when you get that, and you get that nice, like what do they call it? Is it on the outside? I don't know, not the char, but you know what I'm talking about, where it's nice and crispy, but then they also talk about the smoke rings in the middle and stuff. A souffle.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes,
for
a
dessert.
souffle. People enjoy eating. That is not for dessert. But
No, it's not souffle?
No.
I thought it was.
No, souffles are egg-based, typically.
No wonder I didn't get it for dessert.
that would be why I wasn't at the ice cream joint that you go to.
I guess you could have a sweet souffle. Yeah, I mean, I guess you can, but it is an egg-based dish. Like, when I think souffle, like, I will think more of a savory. But, yeah, you can, G-Man. You can have, like, a chocolate souffle.
I thought that I've had it in restaurants for dessert.
You can. I've always had a souffle more of like a. Oh, I'm telling you that you can. Yeah, but I've had it more. I've always had them more on the savory side.
Okay.
Yeah, almost
Well,
like
whatever you decide.
almost like an omelet style. But you can have a
Well,
souffle.
he's just not he's a little surprised that you said that he was right about something, and he doesn't know how to process it. He wants to flex,
yes,
but he's not sure.
I was taking it back quickly. That yes,
I'm actually in shock.
You can have
chocolate souffles for
desserts. You can have a souffle as dessert. Yes.
Oh, good. I just got a text from Bobby Ray.
I love that he's Bobby Ray forever now. Yeah. And then the same thing here. They put quiche on the list too. And
Don't be quiching me.
And then one that I know like many people were interested in making, which was news to me, is a tikka masala. I think I'm saying that right.
Tikka masala?
Tikka masala, which is an Indian dish. Tikka masala. Have you ever had that?
Gesundheit.
No. I never went to an Indian restaurant in my life. I never had. Have you?
No. The first time I've had, like, quote-unquote Indian food is on a cruise. Yeah. In April, and because they had the buffet area, so they had different areas. So I went and I tried. I was like, you know what? I've never tried it before.
Was it okay?
It was all right. It was just it was spicy.
Yeah, it's got it's got a lot of flavors to it, including a spice, intense spice.
There was one thing I liked and one thing that I didn't care for. I just didn't. It wasn't the spiciness. I mean, I enjoyed that, but it was whatever the flavor was. I didn't care for.
Maybe like curry or something like that. But, like they have different kinds.
But yeah, sure.
There may be some dishes, like they have a butter chicken I think you might like, which isn't as spicy. It's got really good flavor to it.
But again, maybe.
I don't think we'll ever find you walking into an Indian restaurant.
No, maybe driving by. Not walking into. Again, I don't even know if I would try it. I know this girl who loves it. And she was like, "We should go to an Indian restaurant one night." And I'm like,
"Okay, if somebody takes you to one, go to, and it's local. There's only one of them there, so I'm not doing them like a mass restaurant. It's called Stage, and it's spelled like Stage. But if you look at it, it looks like it says stage, like STAGE.
Oh, okay.
And it is a bit of it's. I think it's your style. Like it's kind of.
Is it a hot spot?
Yes. It's a hot spot.
It sounds like it.
It's a nice place. They got great craft cocktails. Their bartenders are excellent, and their food's amazing. But it's kind of a mix, so you can get something that you would enjoy, and then they have a lot of things that go more into the Indian style of cuisine. It's like an Indian fusion, but you can get like a good steak there if you want a steak.
Yeah, it almost seems like that almost anywhere you go now.
Yeah.
It's like if it's an Italian restaurant, well, you don't like Italian, well, they got plenty of other things that you could try too. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to get the cuisine of what they specialize in,
They're trying to appease everybody's taste buds, right?
Yeah.
Because if somebody wants to go there and you're like, I really don't like that food. They're like, but they have steak. They're like, okay, I'll go with you.
Yeah.
Or they have chicken. All right, I'm in. Yeah.
Again.
And I think you would impress your dates if you went there too.
She wanted to take me because she asked me.
Well.
She was like, we should go there. And I'm like, why? And she was like, I think it'd be good, something different. I said, I've never tried it.
All right.
But again.
So you gotta be but you have to try things. Broaden your horizons. Try it. You can't knock it until you try it, right?
Yeah, I wasn't knocking. I just said it's not something I think I would like, but if you want me to go and you want to pay me, I'll be there. I think that's fair.
Yeah, totally fair.
Sure.
877.
I get it.
Hurry up, ladies. Hurry up.
877. I love that line. 877-927-6969. And remember, it's a show.
Yeah, it's all made up. It's all made up.
I don't really think like this. Come on. I'm kidding. Money's not important.
And it's not.
Can't we just walk through the meadow and pick flowers?
And Jimmy, this is what I'm thinking of, because I'm thinking of like the crust on a meat, right? Like on a brisket. Is there a name for that? Because somebody was like, were you trying to think of bar to describe smoked meat? I don't know. I don't know the terminology on it.
I don't really either. I mean, it's not something that I do a lot of. I mean, we've.
Your husband probably would know.
I would say Matt would probably be even more of an expert.
But I know we got
a
lot of people who smoke meat listening right now.
You say char, and that's what it is to me. It's the crispiness of that outside.
I don't know, but they call it a bar. That could be absolutely it.
Okay.
And I agree with you. I love to cook. Somebody says I love to cook, but I hate to clean up afterwards.
I'm a big fan of the bar.
Especially the open bar. You know what
Hold on.
Thank you. You know what I'm amazed with a lot of these cooking shows when they say they prepare something. And if I was a chef or a cook, I would totally forget, because I forget everything. I forget when I'm with somebody at a party, and they'll say they put it in the oven or the freezer for like 2 days or a day. Like I was watching, you know what I mean, to prepare it or get it ready.
All right, so if you're like marinating something, right? So you put it in the fridge for overnight.
Yeah, well,
right.
like 20. Like Dan and I was watching was like 24 hours. Like 24 hours, like. I mean, obviously they remember, but I mean, like if I was a chef, I'd be like, oh my God.
That's what timers are for.
You're so smart.
I'm still doing, I know. I'm still doing this carnivore thing, and I put like a big old pork butt in my slow cooker. And you just set it and forget it. It's awesome. You just let it go. You set the timer for however long, 8 hours, and then you go to work and hope your house doesn't catch. I'm just kidding. No, but they're slow, and low. That's what they're made for.
And hopefully you don't hear sirens as you're driving
bark.
home.
Thank you. Bark. They said it was a typo. Yes, the bark is what they typically call it. And that's the term I've heard. So thank you.
Bark.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, G-Man, bark.
Yeah.
And Al.
I can't turn on a grill.
I love Al from Green Acres was like, so your mom helped like me cook, like taught you how to cook before you left. He's like, when I left, they changed the locks.
Get out.
Sorry to hear that.
See, kids remember things.
Yes.
And as they grow up, they bring up. I find that more and more with guys that I'm friends with that talk about their childhood, the things that they remember, and it blows my mind. And I don't have any of those things. You know what I mean? Like stuff with their parents and different things that they went through and maybe mishaps that like 30 years later, it's still like on their mind.
Yeah, I get it.
You know what I mean? And it's
an old stereotypical thing when people are depressed and goes back to your childhood.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
Even not even like in the home. There are certain things that I remember that didn't like certain experiences in grade school that really sucks. That sometimes they just come back to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think it's affecting you every day. Like these guys were just talking about things like they never forget or this bothers them or that about their parents and, you know, different things like that. And
That's a shame.
Yeah.
It's a shame they go through life like that.
Yeah. And it's top of the mind. Like, you know, even if it was like almost like yesterday. I can't remember anything. I feel like
they probably wish they didn't remember anything.
I think I just got here yesterday. It is the Penthouse. It is a Wednesday, which is Tuesday. What do we got coming up on Florida Stories?
Oh, man. There is a cemetery that not only did one whoopsies, they did two. And I'll tell you.
Tell me. Oh, it's so bad.
Okay, I won't tell you. I'm not going to do that story then. Then some volunteer divers found quite an interesting discovery. Can I talk about that one?
Go ahead. Talk about that one.
Yep. And don't steal my damn pie. You can steal everything else. Just don't steal my pie.
What?
Yeah.
Big fan of pie, too.
Hey, just so you know, my pie's not for sale.
And I can't remember.
No kidding. I almost said the S word.
Oh, boy. That doesn't happen often where you have a slip up. All right. Well, we'll get to those stories when we come back.
Say, ladies, he's single. It is the Penthouse. We'll be back. Hold on.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's a very hot day on this Tuesday. Excessive heat warnings in effect for the area. It's going to feel up to 115 degrees throughout the day today, so be sure to stay hydrated. Actual temperatures in the mid-90s. A few isolated thunderstorms could move across the area. Otherwise, we stay partly cloudy to mostly sunny throughout the day.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Dog days of summer got your business needing help? Check out Indeed, an all-in-one hiring solution that makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who pay attention to every little detail. The ones who fuss, tinker, and sweat the small stuff. Because you know the tiniest thing can make the biggest difference when it comes to keeping business moving. We get it. We're the same way. Offering access to product experts to help you quickly and easily find what you need. So whatever your industry, you know you're always getting professional-grade products. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor. You visit urgent care over and over again, and it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. But they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure done in the office of West Palm Beach Breathe Free Sinus and Allergy Centers called balloon sinuplasty. Imagine the relief of not having to deal with your chronic sinus infections. Set an appointment today with Dr. Cody All at West Palm Beach Breathe Free Sinus and Allergy Centers and find out if balloon sinuplasty is the solution for you. Call 561-459-3228. 561-459-3228. That's 561-459-3228.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Every business deserves a great deal. That's why, for a limited time, we're launching the Mobile Made Free event. With Comcast Business Internet, new and existing customers can get 1 year of unlimited mobile for free. Yep, you heard that right. An entire year, free. It's our best internet, powered by the next generation 10G network and with 99.9% reliability, plus 1 line of free mobile for a year. The Mobile Made Free event is happening now.
Get started with internet and advanced security for $39 a month for 12 months with no annual contract. Plus, for a limited time only, ask how new and existing customers can get 1 year of unlimited mobile for free during the Mobile Made Free event. Call or go online today to learn more. Ends 9/21/2023. Eco-bill and auto-pay required. New 100 megabits per second internet and security edge customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Mobile offer requires 100 megabits per second internet and new unlimited intro mobile service. Other restrictions apply.
There are more identity threats than you realize. Even if you monitor your credit, only a little personal info needs to leak out, like your social security number or password,
for you to become a victim.
LifeLock alerts you to threats you could miss. If your identity is stolen, a dedicated US-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions, but everyone can save up to 25% off their first year with promo code NEWS. Go to lifelock.com.
At SimpliSafe, we've designed award-winning home security with advanced sensors, HD cameras, and now this, 24/7 lifeguard protection, only from SimpliSafe. Now, monitoring agents can see and speak to intruders through our new indoor camera to help stop crime in real time and for fast police response. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplisafe.com/radio. Advanced home security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
Congestion on 95. This is due to road work. It's 95 South, your ramp to Lantana Road. Just look out. Right lane of that off-ramp is blocked. Turnpike moving along nicely and up to speed. Make sure you slow down for pedestrians on your ride. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
We'll have the story of President Theodore Roosevelt. Plus, the story of the 2 men who ended red traffic light camera violations. Be sure to listen to this week's edition of Our American Stories on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine.
at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio has your shot at $1,000 and a VIP trip to Vegas for our iHeartRadio Music Festival. That's WIN to 200-200. And good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Tuesday. Thanks so much for tuning in and listening to Real Radio. Every day we try to make it a little bit easier for you and fun, and we hope we're doing a good job. I think we are. That's all that matters. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon.
Freddie's here.
Hey, happy Tuesday.
Florida stories coming at you.
Florida.
Florida.
Did you say
Florida?
I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
I did. I have some Florida stories, but before I do that, I totally forgot that this kicked off yesterday. So I want to let you know again, because Rover just reminded me that we have that iHeartRadio Music Festival contest going on. And this is incredible. So not only do you get to go to the show, 2 nights, 1 stage, live performances, Fall Out Boy, Kelly Clarkson, Lil Wayne, Lenny Kravitz, Public Enemy, Foo Fighters. All right. September 22nd, 23rd at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Well, you're going to be there, and you are going to get accommodations. Plus, they're going to give you $1,000 spending cash.
Unbelievable.
Like, come on.
iHeart, you're too kind.
Right?
My God.
That keyword was win. W-I-N. Win was the one he just gave you. Yep. So, yeah. You can get all the info, realradio921.com.
Actually, text that keyword to 200-200.
Oh, thank you for that.
You're going to get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates do apply in this nationwide contest. But yes, Francis is right. That keyword is win. 200-200. Go text it right now. And you'll be in the running for not only going to the iHeart Music Festival, but also $1,000.
Yes.
That is awesome.
Yep. So you have, I don't know, about 50 more minutes to do that. And your next opportunity is going to be around 5:05 p.m. But yes, let's get into some Florida stories. Now, this is a major whoopsies that happened when a cemetery, well, you would think that they would have their stuff together, but a Florida cemetery buried a widow with the wrong husband. Now, this isn't the first time it happened. They said for the second time in a year, a deceased widow has been buried next to the wrong deceased husband.
Whoopsie.
The Florida National Cemetery in Bushnell was first called out in last August, when the cremains of a woman were mistakenly mixed with the wrong veteran's cremains. Mixed together.
So they mixed. Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Less than a year later, another mistake happened when the casket of a widow somehow ended up inside a crypt with a dead man who was not her late husband.
Well, it's always good to meet new people.
Oh my God.
At least that can be corrected, right?
That you would think, yes. You would think that could be corrected. But
the other one, how do you separate?
That's mix up. I don't think you can.
Shoo boy.
So they're not doing much talking.
You think? They better get an attorney. Do some talking for them.
Yeah, but there's
they're gonna have to pay out some money.
Yeah, they're saying laws for this type of alleged negligence vary from state to state. The issue is not covered by federal law, so I'm not 100% sure how that goes in Florida, but they are working on something. They definitely want to go after the cemetery. And then, yes, there are Florida divers, volunteer divers, who they're like, you know what, we're going to do some dives. They do them everywhere. They do them across the country. And help possibly linking some, like trying to find any kind of relationships to cold cases. And there was one in particular to a missing persons cold case that they were going into a body of water near Miami International Airport. Well, when they did it, this guy's diving, there's video, and there's like, oh, there's a vehicle. Oh, wait, there's a lot of vehicles. In fact, they found 32 cars underwater. Of course, right away, they said these vehicles were dumped in the body of water, probably during various criminal activities. When they spotted all of this, they're like, it pretty much indicates that a crime happened. They were disposing the vehicle and hiding them from law enforcement. They said that in this past year across our state, there's been 60, but 32 right now in just this one time in this one body of water, which is absolutely crazy. So they have a bunch of disappearances. They said anywhere from, just a couple months ago to incidents, missing persons, cold cases from 30 to 40 years ago.
Wow.
So they're hoping that this revelation, this find, they'll be able to connect some dots. Now they're just waiting for Miami-Dade County to be able to remove all 32 vehicles so they can seek more information and get some more information and help in any of these cold cases. That's crazy. Can you imagine diving just 32 cars? All
talking about a traffic jam. They're jammed up in there. It's crazy.
And then, yes, a Florida doctor was so excited to go to his office and dig into his homemade coconut pie on Tuesday morning. So he went to work at Suncoast Injury Centers in Fort Myers. Just beelined it straight for the fridge. Just straight. He had blinders on, both sides. Did not realize anything. He just wanted that coconut cream pie. He opens up the refrigerator door, and it's gone. All that's left are just crumbs.
Somebody stole my pie.
What happened? Well, then after he's like, somebody stole my pie. Oh, wait. Somebody stole a lot of things out of the office. He then realized that he had been robbed. Said that at first it was a dessert container that only contained a few crumbs. Then when he kind of took a look around, there was a lot more than that. Said cabinet doors were open, shelves were cleared out. Normally all his organized office were left in disarray. But yeah, he was like, all right, I've definitely been burglarized. And it was all because one piece of pie got him focused on the rest of it when that went missing. They said it was thousands of dollars worth of stuff. And so the pie pincher, what they call him, if found, will be charged with burglary of an unoccupied dwelling, which is a second-degree felony. And to make matters worse, this piece of pie his wife made for him, too. I know. Who would do such a thing?
Come on.
Who would do?
What are you in for? Pinching pies.
The guy probably walked in to rob the place, or the woman, and probably opened the refrigerator just out of curiosity and said, oh, there's a pie. Let me take it. I mean, that's probably what I don't think they went there just to take the pie.
Coconut cream pie is delicious. I don't know the last time you had some, so I would never steal anybody's coconut cream pie.
Could be an inside job.
I'm just saying it is good. It could be. You would hope not.
That's what I'm thinking. They knew the pie was there.
That's it.
Is that what happened?
They knew the pie was there, and they said, if I'm stealing the pie, I might as well steal other stuff. Because when you rob a bank, you don't take singles.
What do you take?
Everything you can.
Hundreds, apparently.
Anything that'll fit in that Louis bag.
And then finally here in your What the Florida, we have a dude who broke into a church, and not so he could, talk to the priests. Because there was a priest there at the time. Panama City, Florida, this happened. Derek Porter is the guy who did it, allegedly. He used a cinder block to burst through the window of Emerald Beach Church of God.
Why do you have to even break in churches? Churches are usually open 24 hours a day.
You would think, but he did. He broke into it. Maybe this one wasn't.
Are they still, or am I wrong?
I don't know.
I remember always.
Used to be. I mean,
Nowadays, you got to lock it up. Right? I mean, you would think.
But wasn't it always churches were open?
It was when I was growing up as a kid. I mean, you just go up to the church anytime and go in and pray if you want. I mean, that was the whole purpose.
Sure.
Of it.
Then you go anytime you want to pray, middle of night or whatever.
I think a lot of churches now have a lot of valuable stuff.
I always had a valuable
I don't
stuff.
remember at night. I would have, but I did that again. 3 a.m. Let me go pray.
Yeah.
It just wasn't something I did. But
there was somebody in there because she heard the noise and she ended up running, calling the 911. But once the guy was inside, they said he caused like $8,000 in damage to the church. And then he helped himself to several electronics, including televisions, computers, stuff like that, and a bag of cash.
Terrible.
Yep. Well, when deputies came and they arrested the guy, they arrested Derek Porter. He was like, man, I don't remember anything.
Yeah.
All I do remember was baptizing myself, and I felt like something was holding my head down in the pool. He was like, I wasn't alone. Well, He did steal a lot of stuff, so he did get arrested. And maybe maybe the Holy Spirit was holding his head down. Maybe they were trying to baptize him. I don't know what happened to him, but that's all he remembers. And reportedly, the dog from the sheriff's canine unit also hopped in for some baptism action itself to cool itself off. The dog, by the way, was not charged with any crimes, just
Thank
so you
God.
know. Yes, he was just hot, and he jumped right in the pool. And a lot is You're What the Florida.
Thank you, Francis. Always appreciate it. Thank you so much. We do it twice a show for you guys. Thank you for all the great material. It is the Penthouse. I got an airline story we're going to come back with, and maybe an airline you might want to stay away from if you got anything planned in the future with them. Peace.
Real radio is the news junkie.
I feel like old man yelling at clouds when I see it, and I go, that's not fun. Yelling at
An
clouds.
old man yelling at crowds is what they call a Biden rally
Yeah.
in some states.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 2 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's a very hot day on this Tuesday. Excessive heat warnings in effect for the area. It's going to feel up to 115 degrees throughout the day today, so be sure to stay hydrated. Actual temperatures in the mid-90s. A few isolated thunderstorms could move across the area. Otherwise, we stay partly cloudy to mostly sunny throughout the day.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Dog days of summer got your business needing help? Check out Indeed, an all-in-one hiring solution that makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 toward your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who pay attention to every little detail. The ones who fuss, tinker, and sweat the small stuff. Because you know the tiniest thing can make the biggest difference when it comes to keeping business moving. We get it. We're the same way, offering access to product experts to help you quickly and easily find what you need. So whatever your industry, you know you're always getting professional-grade products. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go, shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor. You visit urgent care over and over again, and it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. But they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? Relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure done in the office of West Palm Beach Breathe Free Sinus and Allergy Centers called balloon sinuplasty. Imagine the relief of not having to deal with your chronic sinus infections. Set an appointment today with Dr. Cody All at West Palm Beach Breathe Free Sinus and Allergy Centers and find out if balloon sinuplasty is the solution for you. Call 561-459-3228. 561-459-3228. That's 561-459-3228.
You may not have heard the term fiduciary, but if you're working with a financial professional, it's important to know what a fiduciary means. A fiduciary, per license, has the duty to put the client's best interests first. In other words, your interests over our own. My name is Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and as a fiduciary, we must choose the best investment product available and have reasonable basis for that advice. Most financial professionals are simply paid a commission for selling you a product. Trajan Wealth is fee only, which means we're paid a low, flat fee, and that gives us incentive to grow your portfolio because our interests are aligned. If you're working with someone who is more interested in selling you a product or seems more interested in making a quick commission, then call me, Jeff Jr., and our team of fiduciaries at Trajan Wealth. Call Trajan today at 561-390-1000 or visit TrajanWealth.com.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Attention taxpayers, ready for some bad news? With $80 billion in new funding from Congress, the IRS has launched their most aggressive hiring campaign ever to ramp up enforcement. If you're ignoring your taxes, don't delay another minute because your paycheck, your bank account, even your home or business could already be at risk. Now, here's the good news. Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax relief firm, can get to work immediately, helping to protect you from the IRS. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, their tax attorneys and licensed professionals are experts at resolving tax problems. Let them help determine if you qualify for the Fresh Start Initiative or other powerful IRS tax assistance programs. Take control. Call Optima Tax Relief now for a free consultation.
Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
We're Storm Smart. Here in Florida, that's a name people trust. For over 26 years, we've been making storm catcher screens, the leading hurricane safety product on the market, protecting over 90,000 Florida homes in communities just like yours. And while storms may come and go, one thing's for sure, Storm Smart's here to stay. Day in and day out, we'll be here, working harder to make sure you can breathe a little easier. Smart is protecting our community today and tomorrow.
Hey, it's the Greek. When you come home and your AC's not working, it's not a great feeling. So what do? You pick up the phone, you got to call somebody who's reliable and will show up and do the job. And I have the place for you. Filter by HVAC Solutions. They'll handle all your AC needs. They'll give you a tune-up, they'll install ACs, repair them, and 24 hours they'll get to you. Filter by HVAC Solutions. Cares about their customers and wants to keep them cool this summer with a 24-hour emergency response. Call today, 855-4FL-HVAC. Stay cool. Call these guys.
Good Greek moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Congestion on 95. This is due to road work. It's 95 South, your ramp to Lantana Road. Just look out. Right lane of that off-ramp is blocked. Turnpike moving along nicely and up to speed. Make sure you slow down for pedestrians on your ride. That's traffic on duty. Stuart.
This report is sponsored by Tri-County Metals. Ready to get a price on your metal roofing project? Complete the Get a Quote form on Tri-County Metals website at tricountymetals.com. Getting a quote for your new metal roof has never been faster or easier. Get started at tricountymetals.com.
Only iHeartRadio gives you access to all of your favorite radio stations.
It's the Rod Ryan Show. It's the Woody Show.
It's Elliot in the morning. All of the once-in-a-lifetime events.
iHeartRadio Music Festival, yeah!
All of the best free curated playlists. Absolutely free iHeartRadio app now.
You're listening to Real Radio 92.1, and we are an iHeartRadio station. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in The Penthouse on a Tuesday. Thanks for always tuning in, and we wish you guys the best. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon.
Franny's here.
We do wish you the best.
What airline do you think bumps people the most? There's a new report that came out. I've never used this airline. Maybe one of you guys have.
If you've never used it, I'm going Spirit or
I would have guessed Spirit.
Or Frontier.
Frontier.
Oh, okay.
Frontier. Now, Frontier, is that more of a West Coast?
They have it here too. But
did it?
I've never flown that airline, but they do have it here.
Have you, Jim?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, it seems like that airline does have some bumps in a row with different stories. Spirit, obviously, you hear a lot of different things. But it was on an email that we got, and it said it's the most airline that bumps the most people. And that's got to be a pain in the ass when you get bumped. I think they just overbook.
Yeah, well, I mean,
That's
we're
what they
hearing it
say.
a lot, too.
Yeah.
A lot of flights are getting rescheduled or even canceled at that.
Oh.
And so we have a buddy, his flight just got canceled. It made my husband go, man, we probably should get travel insurance for his birthday. And we did when we went to Colorado because it was very inexpensive. But now thinking about it, it's one of those things you should probably do because you never know.
Especially on short trips. Because if you get screwed one day, like say you're going for a weekend someplace, and Friday night you're going out, and wherever you're leaving, and they cancel it, is it even worth it to go Saturday and Sunday?
Yeah.
Probably not. You know what I mean? Because you're losing a day on a 3-day weekend or something like that. So I guess on a short trip, you definitely got to look into it. But Frontier is definitely number one airport as far as bumping people. But they said basically it's just overbooking.
Yeah.
They're not paying attention.
No, they do it on purpose.
Yeah.
So that when people cancel, they have room, and that's what they're doing. They're planning on people canceling. So they plan it so much that they overbook by so many seats. The article that I read on it didn't say, like how many, whether it's 5 or 3 or 1 or 10 or 20. I have no idea. I guess
I thought I read 4 in 100. 4 people out of every 100 get bumped. I thought.
No. I mean, as far as how many they overbook.
Oh yeah, they probably wouldn't tell you that.
Yeah.
I think restaurants do it too a lot of times. Because they figure there's going to be cancellations. Say they could hold 100.
I went yesterday to Quest where you get blood work done, right?
Yeah.
And they do the same thing.
Yeah.
They overbook patients because they know that so many people are not going to show up, and they can get as many people in as they can. I mean, that's just a practice that a lot of places do.
Yeah, getting bumped sucks. Anything with the airline. It just seems like the last couple of years, and because like they've said, they don't have the people that they've had, the staff that they've once have in all aspects of airlines.
Well, you add that into it makes it even worse, right?
Yes.
I mean, and the thing about that is sucks is, all right, yeah, fine. You overbook a table at a restaurant for, sitting and having dinner. That's one thing. When you overbook a flight, you're like, oh, wait a minute. I can't just go get another flight, I mean, that's the part that really sucks about that, if you ask me.
Oh, yeah. It's
I don't think it should be allowed.
Yeah, you're stuck in a city that's, you don't even know, you're not home. You're not at your home. It's not like you just turn around and, okay, go home.
And that's why with a lot of these, like I know Frontier did it, Spirit did it, other airlines where they have, even JetBlue recently did one where like for a certain price, you get this incredible deal where you can fly unlimited. And I say that like with asterisks and because read into it because it may sound like a hell of a deal. Like, you only pay. And then, because even with those flights, if with some of those deals, even if you do book that flight, your flight basically is still on standby.
Right. Yeah.
People don't realize
you're probably one of the first to get bumped.
Yes. Yep. And you think you're paying $5.99 to travel unlimited, but you could be ultimately be getting screwed.
I don't know this. Maybe one of you guys know it, and maybe somebody else. If you get bumped, did they have to put you up, like in a hotel, that night?
Everything that I've always read, no.
So then that's more expensive.
But I
see. That's really
don't
unfortunate.
Know.
I don't know either because you paid that money for a ticket. I don't know, G-Man. I don't.
Because that would really suck. Because if you get bumped and then you got to get a hotel.
You hear, but what if there's no hotel? And what are you going to do? And if you're bumped, I mean, you're kind of referencing a late night flight, or it doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter. I mean, you say it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you get bumped. They said you're bumped till tomorrow. I got to find somebody. That's why you see some people sleep in the airports.
Right. Well, that's where I was going to go with that. But.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's totally legal or not. I guess people do it; they don't bother them. But
I don't know. That's a good question. Whether it's even legal. I mean, you read the articles, and that's what they do.
Yeah, stay in the airport.
I don't know if it's people that used to be former employees that leak out that kind of information. I don't know, but
Yeah, but let us know 47142 if you work in the industry and like if you get bumped and it's the very last flight, do they put you up? I'm curious. Let us know. 47142. You have to start it off with Real Radio.
Anytime you get bumped from anywhere, it could be 12 o'clock in the afternoon, like you just said, there might not be another flight to your destination. So you're stuck till next day.
And that's what I mean, Like I'm saying the last flight.
Yeah, I mean, that's terrible.
Especially a smaller airport, like in Orlando that doesn't have that many flights. They may only have one flight a day going to a certain city.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're in Miami or Lauderdale or West Palm, you got a pretty good chance you can get another flight to wherever you're going. But, or obviously the bigger ones, Chicago, Newark, or whatever. But, if you're in some small, like Sanford Airport, Well, they only go once, maybe twice a week. Places.
Very true. We got a couple of texts that are specifically for G-Man. 47142 started off with Real Radio. I said we were talking about restaurants, and G has a girl who wants to take him to an Indian restaurant, and you say you may go. You're not quite interested. It's not your jam, but you may go. And somebody says, I hope whoever this woman is that wants to take Greek to an Indian restaurant records the whole thing. Oh, me too. I want to hear Greek try and pronounce Indian dishes when he orders. Yeah, that would be fun.
I'll just point.
It's called filet.
I'll say you order, sweetie.
I'll have the filet.
Yeah, and
medium rare.
And then Greek was saying how he doesn't remember a lot of his childhood memories, or they were good, or like all people remember bad ones. They're like, well, Greek, everyone is different. Some people remember bad childhood memories. You remember every gambling loss and every time you think you got screwed. Same. So yeah, so you remember certain things, and some people remember bad childhood memories.
Of course, it's a show.
It's all made up. All made up.
It is a Penthouse on a Tuesday. We'll be back on a trifecta and a lot more. How about some Indian food? Peace.
The visual aid you need for all the freaky stuff we talk about on the radio. Find it at realradio921.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's a very hot day on this Tuesday. Excessive heat warnings in effect for the area. It's going to feel up to 115 degrees throughout the day today, so be sure to stay hydrated. Actual temperatures in the mid-90s. A few isolated thunderstorms can move across the area. Otherwise, we stay partly cloudy to mostly sunny throughout the day.
This report is sponsored by Red Pilled America.
This week on Red Pilled America, what can everyday people do to help fix America? To find the answer, we tell the story of a few brave people that may inspire you. Listen to Red Pilled America anywhere you get podcasts. That's Red Pilled America.
Bachelor Happy Hour, the one and only official Bachelor Nation podcast, is back. Go behind the scenes with your hosts, Bachelor in Paradise Season 7 newlyweds Joe Amabile and Serena Pitt, for real stories about what happens in Bachelor Mansion.
Here on Bachelor Happy Hour, we'll be putting all the guys in the hot seat. We'll have exclusive interviews. We'll be the first to talk to the men. We're going to bring the drama into the house and leave probably brokenhearted.
Listen to Bachelor Happy Hour on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
What's holding you back from learning the language you've always wanted to know?
Too hard.
Takes too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's lessons take just 15 minutes a day.
15 minutes isn't long.
Nope. And they're fun.
Fun isn't hard.
Right. Babbel's interactive lessons, podcasts, games, and more make it fun and engaging, so you don't realize you're learning a language, but you are. And Babbel's lessons are built around real life. You can choose from topics like travel, business, relationships, and more. You'll learn what matters most to you. Plus, Babbel's lessons are designed to get you speaking right away. In 3 weeks, you're able to start having conversations.
Just 3 weeks? Even better.
Since Babbel's lessons are designed by language experts and voiced by real native speakers, you'll get the accents just right and be able to carry on conversations with confidence.
Learning a language with Babbel doesn't take long.
And with Babbel, it isn't hard.
It's perfect.
And now, try Babbel free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Every business deserves a great deal. That's why, for a limited time, we're launching the Mobile Made Free event. With Comcast Business Internet, new and existing customers can get 1 year of unlimited mobile for free. Yep, you heard that right. An entire year, free. It's our best internet, powered by the next generation 10G network and with 99.9% reliability. Plus 1 line of free mobile for a year. The Mobile Made Free event is happening now.
Get started with internet and advanced security for $39 a month for 12 months with no annual contract. Plus, for a limited time only, ask how new and existing customers can get 1 year of unlimited mobile for free during the Mobile Made Free event. Call or go online today to learn more. Ends 9/21/2023. EcoBill and autopay required. New 100 megabits per second internet and Security Edge customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Mobile offer requires 100 megabits per second internet and new unlimited intro mobile service. Other restrictions apply.
Wendy's BOGO $1 deal is back at participating Wendy's. Buy a Dave single, spicy chicken sandwich, 10-piece nugs, or medium frosty, and get another for $1. Double your deliciousness. Hurry, this BOGO deal won't last.
The all-new Nissan Ariya is a fully loaded EV. It's brimming with style and power.
Up to 389 horses of it.
Innovation and intelligence.
E-Force all-wheel drive.
It'll pin you to your seat.
Your very plush seat.
The all-new, all-electric Nissan Ariya. E-Force cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. E-Force and 389 horsepower available on Platinum Plus. Nissan calculation using 1-foot rollout testing with long-range battery and E-Force only in sport mode with E-step off. These results are for comparison only and should not be attempted on public roads. Drive responsibly. See nissanusa.com for details.
Did you know China starts teaching financial literacy in preschool? American kids are getting left behind, but we can't help at home thanks to The Sensibles, a team of animated superheroes who help kids develop smart money habits in a fun way. Each month, they get a kit in the mail with a DVD, a comic book, access to an interactive website, fun activities, and lots more. Visit bcs-kids.com today and enter promo code CENT for 20% off. Digital subscriptions also available. The Sensibles. It's the sensible thing to do.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who pay attention to every little detail. The ones who fuss, tinker, and sweat the small stuff. Because you know the tiniest thing can make the biggest difference when it comes to keeping business moving. We get it. We're the same way, offering access to product experts to help you quickly and easily find what you need. So whatever your industry, you know you're always getting professional-grade products. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go, shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Hey, it's Jesse Kelly. When a restaurant closes, my reaction is, that sucks. They had good steak. When regional banks close, or 3 of them close overnight, it freaks me out. This is why I have my own personal gold reserve. It's part of my personal protection plan. Call my friends at Oxford Gold Group. Call 833-404-GOLD. 833-404-GOLD. That's 833-404-GOLD.
Car market slipped quite a bit. I think it's leveling off now. My name's John Clay Wolf, owner of GiveMeTheVin.com, and I'd like to buy your car. Look at our reviews. Better Business Bureau, 4 stars. You can trust us. You can trust our money. Go to Give Me the VIN. We'll buy your car. We pay fast. Checks on Bank of America. You can drop it off at one of our locations, or we'll come pick it up. Bada bing, bada boom. GiveMeTheVin.com, America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's of Palm Beach. Monroe's of Palm Beach Summer Series continues this Saturday night, August 12th. The energy will be pumped in with DJ Booza performing live at Monroe's of Palm Beach with the beautiful ladies. They're there 7 days a week, open to 5 a.m. with a 5-star menu. It's summertime and it's hot, but guess where it's the hottest in South Florida? Monroe's of Palm Beach, where the beautiful ladies are always there. 7 days a week. Get over there today. Peace.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Congestion on 95. This is due to road work. It's 95 South, your ramp to Lantana Road. Just look out. Right lane of that off-ramp is blocked. Turnpike moving along nicely and up to speed. Make sure you slow down for pedestrians on your ride. That's traffic on Judy Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Tri-County Project on Tri-County Metals website.
You're listening to Real Radio 92.1, and we are an iHeart radio station. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, it is The Penthouse on a Tuesday. It looks like it's going to be a little mush this afternoon, so get your umbrellas backwards and get ready. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon.
And Francis is here.
Hey, what's up?
It is time for the last trifecta of the day.
Riders up. It's Creek's Trifecta.
All right, yesterday there was a big game in the WNBA. It was the Aces against the New York Liberty. Liberty were getting 5 points. Thank you, DraftKings. And Jimmy, you'll be surprised about this. Not all my friends, but a bunch of them, I told them I loved the Liberty. And a couple of my guy friends would not bet. I'm not betting NBA. They were like, that's so bad. Like I'm a degenerate. And we had this debate yesterday. I'm like, what makes it different? Anything you're betting on. Somebody has to win. Somebody has to lose. Translation, New York Liberty won by 45, getting 5.5. A winner's a winner. I don't care where it is. Speaking of winning and losing, the Marlins are not winning, especially when they're on the road. They are 1-14 in their last 15 in a row. And if your team sucks, you got two choices. Stop watching them or bet against them. So bet against them again tonight as the Reds take on the Marlins. They are just not winning on the road. And unfortunately, that's just the way it is. And in the NFL, 30 days to opening night, and that will be September 7th. Detroit Lions against the Kansas City Chiefs. And don't forget, December 8th, we'll be at Strike Cigar Lounge in downtown Boca for our first Greek Gridiron of the season. Jacked up about that. And the Miami Dolphins have a new thing they're doing at practice. If you have a great practice, the next day you get to wear an orange jersey with your number on it, and you get a lot of, hoopla. People know you had a great day. And you get to play the music. You get to select the music that the team is going to listen to during the practice. And the players seem to really be jacked up about it and like it. And that is your last trifecta of the day. Peace.
Well, last segment, we gave you a little bit of warning when you're, doing things up with the airlines and what they might be bumping you. I got another quick warning for you, and then we'll take a phone call. Does that sound?
Sounds
Sound
great.
all right?
Yeah.
So the self-checkout lines that we see more and more popping up, here is a warning about whether or not you should even use these. This is according to a defense attorney. So something to think about. These days, criminal defense attorney, this woman, her name is Carrie Jernigan. She says never use the self-checkout. She says it's too risky because you can wind up getting falsely arrested for shoplifting too easily. Stores have a large, sophisticated teams that examine the tapes of self-checkout looking for shoplifters, all right? So it kind of makes sense, right?
Yeah.
You know that the camera's always there on you. So if you accidentally take something, once they do inventory or figure out they're off maybe or something, then they can go back, look at those, and file a police report. And it's just something that, maybe, if you did it accidentally, you can kind of show that, from the video and everything. But still, it's a nightmare that you don't want to have to deal with. And if you must use self-checkout, she says to only use it on small orders and use your credit card as proof so that you've got something that shows you exactly what you're purchasing. So it's just a quick little thing that they're that particular defense attorney was talking about, just being careful with something like that. And so with that said, guys, we'll take a phone call?
Sure.
Got our buddy Mike from Green Acres checking in with us. Hey, Mike, welcome to the Penthouse.
Hey, Jimmy. Hey, Greek. Hey, Franny.
Hi, Mike. How are you?
Mikey.
Good talking. By any chance, Franny, were you at the Lucky Shuck?
Oh, this past Friday?
Friday.
No, I was not.
Yeah.
I did not enter the oyster eating contest.
No. As far as I was sitting waiting for a table.
Oh, okay.
And I saw somebody walk by, and it looked just like you from the. I didn't see the front of you.
It was.
The back.
It was not me, Mike.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Well, I did get to meet my. I did get to meet Joe.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
I got it.
I heard Joe had some flirty words to say to Megan from Wild 95.5 Mornings, who was in the oyster eating contest with Carmine.
She posted a picture of the two of them together.
Yes.
What did Joe say? Are you open? Nice guy, right?
Megan. She looked very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she looked very nice. But Greek, I know you have a friend, Alan. I got my friend Alan from the area.
Yeah, nice guy.
And he wanted to meet Joe, and we weren't definitely sure whether he was going to be there or not. So I was sitting outside the Lucky Shuck, and I called Alan, and all of a sudden I looked to the left, and I said, "Holy
cannoli!"
Joe name it, and the phone dropped. I think Alan was he was very upset in a way that I don't know. Anyway,
He got upset because he wasn't there.
Yeah, he wasn't. I made the trip in the rain. Actually, rained for 40 minutes. It wasn't a big deal. I wanted to do it because I missed last year because I was stuck in the rehab. But Alan was kind of upset. He made me feel guilty that he didn't go.
It wasn't your fault. He didn't go.
And supposedly Namath hangs out there a lot, so
But
maybe go on
even
a weekend.
if it's that event, he's going to be there emceeing it. So
but he's there a lot of
if
times.
they do it again next year, I would say it's a shoo-in.
Yeah, maybe he'll do it at the first Jet game or something like that when they're playing the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, I had my Jet shirt on, too. He got a kick out of it. When I first saw him, I didn't say, "Hey, Joe." I said, "Hey, I said, "Hi, Mr. Namath," and he shook my hand and asked me my name. So it was and his granddaughter. I saw her. And
he's a class act. I mean, I've never heard anything bad about Joe Willie in the area. If somebody coming up and saying anything, he's out there meeting fans, meeting people, and I think you're respectful to him like anybody else in life. You have to respect them. And like you said, you call him Mr. Namath. I'm sure he loves meeting fans.
Yeah, it's a nice picture, too. I wish he had his eyes open when I first saw him, and then he did have a smile in the picture, but his eyes were like a little slanty.
It was a bright day.
Kind of thing.
Well, you can't have everything.
He was happy.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad you went and you had a good time.
Finally meet him. Yes, thank you. And that's it.
All right, brother. Thanks for the call. Call us when you hit $1 million scratcher. We want to wish you luck.
Still waiting, Greek. Still waiting.
It's going to happen. Hope it happens to me first, but it's still going to happen.
Before my next birthday, hopefully.
When's your birthday?
In October.
All right, that's good. We only got about a month to bust your ass. Don't worry about it. Thanks, brother.
All right. Have a good day.
You too, Mike.
Take care, Mike.
You are welcome. 877-927-6969. We were asking people if you were going to have a food franchise in your house, what would it be? You could pick anything. We also had a debate. Is an ice cream parlor a fast food?
I see, speaking of lottery with Mike, it's up to $1.58 billion is tonight's Mega Millions drawing.
Oh, my God. That is crazy.
Got some tickets for Annie?
No, but I did send out the bat signal to my husband.
Okay.
Yes, to go get some. And I may go get some, too, if I can find a place that takes debit cards.
I can give you cash. I don't know how you miss it on the thing. And then
he will get them. But
all
I just,
right, whatever you need, I'm just saying this way, if you win, you got to give me a tip. 877-927.
I want to pull my weight, that's all.
6969. That is the number to call.
Speaking of tips, hey, Franny, I got a question for you. How much would you tip if you got highlights done in your hair? And it was about $160, $180.
36,
right.
$40.
Sounds about right. I mean, that's 20%, right? Does that equal the same in like hair or nail salons or anything like that when you do get pedicures, Greek?
Yep, I do too.
This person, this story is actually a real. The person that did this is a real douchebag. This woman wrote into the story here, and she says the story. Here's my daughter after a quick touch up on her hair. I love that, and she loves how happy she is. So basically, her daughter lives out of state. She was in to visit, and she wanted to get highlights done in her hair. She is handicapped. She is on the autism spectrum, so that just gives you an idea. So she's very independent. She can do most things by herself. But, she has to trust some people. And apparently this hairdresser was not to be trusted because, first of all, this mom said $160 to $180 for highlights is expensive to begin with. But then the hairdresser helped her, and I'm using air quotes, helped her with the tip and charged her $100 for the tip.
Ooh.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's quite a bit. That's pretty darn greedy.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That's terrible.
That's sad.
So was it 180 total? So it was like 80 for the
No, it was 180 for the highlights.
And then $100 tip.
And then $100 tip.
Yeah.
And then of course the kid doesn't know, unfortunately doesn't understand that much of a difference, right? And probably thought
That's terrible.
they were doing a good thing, which I mean the girl was,
Yep.
It's kind of a shame
terrible.
when people take advantage of people like that.
That amount of money on highlights, I can see, especially down here. I don't know what area they were in because it does matter. It really does. It matters what salon you're at too. It matters who's doing your hair, how long they've been in the industry. But that is a real douche move of that hairdresser
You might be able
to
to
put
contest
$100 on that.
You can maybe contest that. Call up your credit card and just say, explain the situation. Hey, I don't mind giving her a $60 tip or $45.
Not even $36.40. It was a $180 service.
Yeah.
And that was part of there was like a little survey because she posted that on Facebook.
Yeah.
The mom did, and then people were responding to it, and they were giving their ideas. Like I would give 36, I'd give 40, I'd give 45 max, things like that, right? And that's why I just did the quick math. 18,
but
is 10%
it sounds like she took advantage of the situation, is what it sounds like, because she didn't know what to tip.
Yeah. And that's a bit of a shame, but
you're always gonna get bad people.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Yeah, I think that sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, $100 is a big tip on 160.
Yeah.
I don't like when I get anything and I give them a 20 if it's like $10 or less, and they always ask me if I want change back. Like, you want change? No, I want to tip you more than the thing.
Yeah, that's Seems, depending on the situation, it seems to be more and more where you see something like that.
Yeah, and ask oh, you want change?
Do you want change? Yeah.
It was $8. I give you 20.
Yeah.
I'm going to pay you 12 on 8. What time you get off? I want your shift.
Now, the only thing that I'll say is the only time it doesn't bother me is if they don't know how much money you put in the thing, right? So if you put cash in the book when you get your check, let's say at a restaurant, right, and you put cash inside there,
That's different.
and they just come by and they grab it, and then they say, "Do you want change?" And they have no idea how much you put in, or anything. So that is the one time where it wouldn't bother me.
Yeah, because they don't know.
Right, exactly.
But for me, I'm handing it to them.
But if you're saying, hey,
I'm
that
giving it
water
20.
is $8, here's a 20. Do you want change? Yeah, that's a little bit of a douchebag move.
Yeah, I mean $12 on 8.
Yeah.
Like, come on. I mean that's that's a big tip, don't you think? To me.
Yeah. I wouldn't.
I mean, anytime you tip over whatever the bill is, I don't care what the bill is. If it's over, that's a huge tip. Could be $10 or $100. Say your bill's $100. You give the girl,
It's a great tip.
Yeah, I mean, if you get a girl $200 and you're like, here you go, here's $200. That's a huge tip right there. So I don't know. I think that's sometimes habit. People do it, but I don't think it's a great thing for customers. And if they want to give you a tip like that, you know what? They can.
Now, do you tip because this is now the and we talked about this, there's states that are going away, but now New Jersey is the sole state that has it where drivers are not allowed to pump their own gas.
I saw this.
New
This
Jersey
was about a month ago when
is.
Oregon passed a law that says that they can do self.
And now stands alone as they sit in their cars while gas is pumped for them. New Jersey drivers are just there hanging out. But yeah, because for the first time in 72 years, Oregon motorists will be able to pump their own gas. Woohoo!
Yeah. The only thing with that,
I love it. After a decades-old ban. Question though: do you tip the guy?
No.
You guys have been doing it for. You guys used to live in Jersey.
No.
I've always pumped my own gas.
Only on the holidays.
Okay.
Yeah,
Other than that, it's
around then maybe you might throw them a couple bucks or something.
Other than that, it's their job. I mean, it's not a I mean, it is a service, but it's a service you don't tip, huh?
Well, the other thing is, too, like in Jersey, I mean, it depends on the station. You have to have 3-4 guys because if you have a lot of pumps, you can wait there a long time.
Depending on the size of the place, I would imagine, yeah.
Well, right? I mean, because you got to stay in your car.
Yeah.
I mean, so even if there's 10 pumps, I mean,
like you can't even get out of your car while you're at the pump.
You're not about. You're not.
You're not supposed to.
You're not supposed to.
Yeah, they don't like it. I mean, if you start to get out, they'll come right over to you.
No, but I'm saying, like, let's say you want to go into the convenience store. You got to wait until you're done pumping and then go. That's what I mean.
Yeah, but you can't pump your own gas.
Yeah, I know that. But when you're like, you got to stay in your car, I'm like, I can't go get a pack of gum.
No, they don't. They don't like you to. They would rather you wait and then go park.
That's crazy.
And then go inside.
You're right. My brother said that to me. Yeah, they would rather you park in one.
I don't know if they'll stop you for that. Like if you get out and go, I don't know, because it's been so long. That I had the one time when I went up to visit my brother, and I did. I know it too, but I instinctively got out of my car. Well, my brother's car to fill it up with gas. It's just it's natural instinct for me now.
It's such a weird law to have. It is like it just.
Well, if you're in
I wish they'd bring it back to Florida.
Yeah. I think if you're most people are in a rush, they would not like it because it would definitely add a lot of jobs. Like even these big places that Wawa and stuff would have 40 lanes, 30 lanes. You know how many people you would need? A lot, because you would just sit there like 10 minutes.
And you know what here you go. Here's a worded using irony. You know what the irony to it is? Gas is cheaper up there than it is here.
It is. But station owners in Jersey are like, we would support bringing self-service gas stations to the state because we can't find enough employees to work the pump around the clock because that's the issue.
Yeah.
They said nobody wants to work at the gas stations. Most are immigrants who only work for a couple of months and then they leave. So we have situations where it's very difficult to find quality employees to work for us 7 days a week, if that. They're like, and this is talking somebody who's been in the industry, has owned a gas station for 44 years. He said that making the switch would cut payroll and in turn make gas prices cheaper. But yeah, it seems like a lot of people there that own these gas stations are like, bring the self-service. But for some reason, New Jersey's sticking to it.
Didn't you just say gas is cheaper in Jersey?
It is, man.
But he's saying,
when my brother and I talk about it, and that's the thing. So there goes that fallacy that having that employee makes it cost more.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, they got the ports right there.
Sure,
not far from.
And he's saying it would be even cheaper in Jersey if they didn't have those employees.
Yeah, well, I doubt that.
I don't know.
That's what this gas station owner
They
is
built
saying.
a turnpike and they said they're going to do tolls the first 5 years.
Yeah, and then that goes away.
Right. We're making a cash cow. Yeah, I just think with the way we are so impatient as people. And I remember I went to go see my mom, and we went to a local place where she lived in Montclair, and Not long, but we waited 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's an extra. It takes more time.
Yeah,
rather than you just pull up, get out, take care of yourself, and leave. It's so much quicker.
Yeah, I mean, it was.
They say it's kind of like a pride thing, a source of pride. That's what it said. New Jersey's 1949 ban of self-service pumps remains a source of pride for some in a state where bumper stickers declare Jersey girls don't pump gas. So
wow.
I think there's a little bit of that at this point. There probably is some almost like a nostalgia for it now,
We're the only state.
Yeah, especially now that Oregon got rid of it.
Yeah, move to the Garden State where you don't have to pump your own gas and you can get a loan cheap on the street. It is the Greek, it is Jimmy, it is Francis, it is a Penthouse, another masterpiece.
How many points you paying? I want to put some money on the Jets.
Yeah, Jets, baby. Hopefully we can do that soon in Florida before August 26th. Jimmy, great
hold on.
job.
All right, let me check my app while you're saying that. Yes, thank you very much, Greek. Thank you very much, Franny.
I saw the new design of the new app. It's a guitar with a money signal in it.
Yeah, you see that?
Nice.
Did you see it? Is that the way it is?
Yeah, the icon for the app changed.
Yeah.
It actually says bet, B-E-T, on the bottom.
All right, that's a good sign. That's a sign.
Where the pickups are.
Yeah.
See that?
There's nothing there right now.
It's pretty much just I'm sorry.
It's all right.
The guitar, it's a picture of the
money
guitar, and it says a bet on it.
That's cool.
That's a good sign. They're already changing it. That means they're ready to roll it out soon.
Still not ready though. It's outside the service area on my app yet. So.
Rumor is before August 26th, we will see how that rumor happens.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
right for
college
football season.
Yeah, college.
Yep.
Franny, great job as always. We missed you yesterday tremendously, so we took off. We were like, you know what? We missed her.
Yeah, she's not coming in.
You're like, I wasn't here either, but we missed you.
I mean, we used to come in, but it was too emotional.
I get it.
I broke down a couple times.
Greek was crying, so I told him to go home.
That was so nice of you.
I made it halfway up.
Thank you,
I got
guys.
to the airport. Jimmy goes, turn around. You're doing this.
Oh, you're killing me, Pete.
Thank you for a great Tuesday, Jimmy G-Man. Of course, you out there. Thank you very much. And G-Man, make it an even better Tuesday with some fantastic parting words.
I had a couple good quotes, but I forgot them. So screw it. Just have a great afternoon and enjoy yourselves. And remember, if you're pumping your own gas, you're pumping. Peace.
Yo, Greek, it's Anthony. I'm at work right now eating a banana thinking about you.
That's right, Big Daddy.
Proving that some of us have a face for radio. Go to realradio921.com/watch so you can watch us make radio.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's a very hot day on this Tuesday. Excessive heat warnings in effect for the area. It's going to feel up to 115 degrees throughout the day today, so be sure to stay hydrated. Actual temperatures in the mid-90s. A few isolated thunderstorms could move across the area. Otherwise, we stay partly cloudy to mostly sunny throughout the day.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
We'll have the story of President Theodore Roosevelt, plus the story of the two men who ended red traffic light camera violations. Be sure to listen to this week's edition of Our American Stories on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Hey, it's the Greek for Tito's Handmade Vodka. Tito's has been producing a great product for 25 years. It's summertime, so what do you got? You got barbecues and you got cookouts. Put Tito's on your menu. Tito's and lemonade. Tito's and cranberry. And if you got a tough day at the office, how about coming home, kicking back, enjoying Florida with a Tito's Espresso Martini? And if you're at the track, don't forget, stop by Tito's Royal Bar for